Neo's got the mic, he's taking charge. Carl's geeking out, his knowledge large. Ryan's dropping facts like a game pro. On Party Chat, we'll steal the show. Plug in your headphones, feel the beat. Talking games with passion can't be beat. From launch parties to quests untold, Party Chat's the place to be, we're bold.
Favorite games of all time, pixelated worlds and icy climes, controllers and joysticks we adore. Level up with us, there's so much more. Plug in your headphones, feel the beat. Talking games with passion can't be beat. From launch parties to quests untold, Party Chat's the place to be, we're bold.
What's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Good evening to you all. It is time for another Party Chat. It's been way overdue, and I'm glad to be back at it because I had to cancel the last episode, and then this episode was supposed to be last week. I ran into some car trouble, so I wasn't able to get home in time, so we had to reschedule, so we're doing it tonight. So it's been like 5 weeks since an episode of Party Chat, but it's good to be back. What's up, Carl? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing just peachy keen. As everyone doesn't know, Neo has following the footsteps of the Zodiac, so he's following being number 2. That's what he was doing last week.
According to your previous blanking on the word, inference is the word I was looking for. Not the Zodiac, but Jack the Ripper is
Jack
what
the
I
Ripper.
would be.
Well, I was saying that your dad's actually Ted Cruz, so that's why I was trying to imply.
Oh, okay. Because the last time I had to miss on something, you're like, yeah, Neo killed the hooker. So I was like, oh, I'd be Jack the Ripper. But no, I had some car trouble, so I wasn't able to make it home. But glad to be back for another episode of Party Chat. And our other co-host said he's going to be late. I'm hoping he said that last time and he didn't even show up. So I'm hoping he's going to be here because we have a because this was supposed to be last week, which was on Veterans Day. So we have a veteran-related question on the agenda tonight. So I'm hoping he'll be here so we can talk about it since he was in the military. But we'll push that question back to the end just in case he does make it in time. So, but we got awesome guests joining us tonight. We got Lowest Expectations, who's been on Top 5 many times, but I don't know if you've been on Party Chat before. Have you?
I think he has once, if I recall.
Nope. This is the first time.
Hello
there.
Think so. What's up, Lois? Glad to have you for an episode of Party Chat. How's it going?
I'm sleepy.
So hopefully you can wake up and have a good time because I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So I see your good buddy Nerd Takes is in chat. What's up, Nerd Takes? Good
Hey, buddy.
evening. How are you tonight? Good, sir. So, all right. Well, before we get into our usual of now playing, I realized today that it is the anniversary of a console launch today, and I know Lois was a big fan of this generation and this console, I believe. So before we get into our regular stuff, today is the 24th anniversary of the GameCube, I believe. I think it was November 18th, 2001.
Oh.
So just wanted to hear from each of you guys if you had a GameCube, any special memories. Did you get it on launch? What's your favorite GameCube game? If you have any. So Lois, since you're the guest, go ahead and enlighten us with anything GameCube related you want to say about it.
Well, I believe we got our GameCube back in 2002-ish, and we got it with Mario Sunshine. I think it was a bundle.
Okay.
Yeah, Mario Sunshine was awesome, but my favorite game for the system was actually Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Okay, I know a lot of Sonic fans love that game.
Yeah, and probably closely followed by Super Smash Bros. Melee.
So A lot of friends of the channel would be happy to hear you say that. No, Melee K is a huge fan of Smash Brothers Melee, and Angry Canadian is a huge fan of Super Mario Sunshine, and I believe the Sonic Adventure 2. I believe he's a big fan of as well.
Yeah, it's my favorite game.
Maybe me mentioning that will summon her. Who knows? Like last time.
Yeah, that's right. What was that, Carl?
I said it's one of my favorite GameCube games of all time. That one.
Okay. So, all right. What about you? What any fun GameCube memories?
I have a lot of good GameCube memories. I don't remember exactly when my dad bought it for me, but I still have my original purple GameCube. It still runs without a problem. I got the little attachment for the Game Boy Advance 2 now, so
The Game Boy player.
I had one of those as a kid, but now I got a purple one because I found out Japan got all the cool, colorful ones, and we never did over here.
That's right. I remember you telling me about that.
So I like it. I got a lot of good memories of it. Obviously, playing games like Melee is kind of like a go-to, but all the other games too. Like me and my cousin would play Double Dash a lot. We used to play other games like A Beautiful Joe was like one of my favorite GameCube games of all time. I know I gave our friend AC a bunch of PTSD with it recently, but
I was just gonna mention that. Yeah, you forced him to play it this year, and he was not a fan.
Obviously, they had like another. I think they had the most fun version of Soul Calibur 2 because they had Link in that one, and I just loved beating people up with the Megaton hammer. I don't know why, I just had the most fun doing that because I just remember spamming like the super hit move, like the home run hit, as I like to call it, and I just would wreck people with it so much. But other games too, obviously Pokemon Coliseum and Gale of Darkness, two pretty amazing Pokemon games were launched on that system, and
I had not even heard of that one until today because I saw someone I saw on a Twitter thread about GameCube games. I asked them what's everyone's favorite, and someone said the best Pokemon game ever, Gale of Darkness. I'm like, I've never heard of that game.
yeah, that's the sequel to Coliseum. More people are familiar with Coliseum than they are Gale of Darkness because I feel like that one sold a lot less and was harder to find, even though it did get a special edition GameCube, which I do have as well, which I think is funny. But no, they're like a lot of games. Obviously, Metroid Prime came out there too, and those are all really good. 1 and 2 are both really amazing games on that system. And I'm just looking at my thing real quick here because there's a few games on there. One of my favorite ones, developed by Sonic Team, was also a GameCube exclusive. Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
I've never heard of that one.
It's a trip. You should check it out sometime. And the Rogue Squadron games, 2 and 3, I thought were really good on there. Even though people don't like 3, I actually love 3.
I have not played 3 yet. I will play it at some point, but Rogue Leader, which is Rogue Squadron 2, that game is phenomenal. It's in my top 5 Star Wars games.
Yeah, and I will say this, it got the benefit of getting 2 really amazing Dreamcast JRPGs ported to it, with Skies of Arcadia and Evolved, sorry. Or Evolution. Evolution, sorry. But like those 2 were really good Dreamcast JRPGs that they eventually ported over to the GameCube. And I think from everything that I've read and heard, because I haven't played this one yet, Skies of Arcadia for the GameCube is the better version than the Dreamcast version.
Okay.
And then, yeah, obviously, can't forget, it launched 2 really fun spin-off games. One of the launch titles, Luigi's Mansion. Really fun game. For the launch, not a Mario game too. That's the funny part about it.
Yeah, a non-Mario game as a launch title. I think that a lot of people were really hesitant about that, but then everyone seemed to fall in love with that game.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, just one more thing. One of my favorite Nintendo franchises launched on this generation, and that's Pikmin.
Ah, okay.
I love that game.
All right. We got BD Jake is in chat. What's up, Jake? Saying like the stream, nerds. Good to see you as always, and hope you're doing well. And I'm still waiting to chat with you again for part 3. So as for myself, the GameCube was the first console I ever got on launch day, and I could not freaking wait. And I've got my Rogue Leader right here, and right next to it is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, the games I got on launch day. But my favorites are right here: Metroid Primes 1 and 2. Those are my favorite GameCube games. So I had the black GameCube, and I had the black GameCube, the Game Boy Player as well. I don't have either of them now because when the Wii came out, I traded it in for a Wii because the Wii had built-in backwards compatibility. So I was like, what do I need my GameCube for anymore? So I'll probably reacquire a GameCube at some point. But I still have my Wii. It's behind my Super Nintendo and N64 right there. So my GameCube games, I can still play it on my Wii. But yeah, I was a big fan of the GameCube. So
Oh, I thought of one more.
Oh, absolutely.
One, it's a game people don't usually associate with the GameCube, but Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess.
Okay, yeah, because it was a not a launch title, but it launched on Wii, and then it came out on GameCube like a week later. So it's more so, although it was developed for GameCube, and then I think they ported it to Wii. It came out on Wii before GameCube. Excellent, fantastic game. So I've not played the GameCube version yet, but I will be playing it at some point. But Twilight Princess is a fantastic game.
Yeah, the GameCube version's the one that I played.
Yeah,
it's basically perfect.
I could not wait to swipe my sword with my Wiimote, so I could not wait to play that one on Wii.
Yeah, there's a lot of great games on the GameCube that we could probably just spend like a whole hour talking about. A lot of very expensive games. It is very expensive to collect for the.
I have heard that the GameCube is an expensive platform to collect for.
Yeah, there's one game I want to get. It's called Go-Go Hyper Grind, which is basically a game that was furry version of Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but it had like the artist of Ren and Stimpy did all the art for it, I believe, if I recall correctly off the top of my head.
I've not heard of that game either.
Yeah, it's like basically Looney Tunes Tony Hawk Pro Skater. That's basically the best way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like super expensive though. It's like $400.
Oh, shnikes.
Yeah, that's not even the most expensive GameCube game I own, actually. The most expensive one I own is called Cubivore. Have you ever heard of that?
That does sound familiar, but I don't know anything about it, or even what the box art looks like, or even what genre the game is. But I think I've heard the name.
Lois, have you ever heard of Cubivore?
No, actually.
All right, I'll let me go grab it real quick, but you guys can talk about it real quick.
Cubivore? CUBI? All right. Anyways, all right. Let's see here. Anything else about GameCube I want to say? Nope. But it was a great console, and I really loved it. And I still have thanks to Dude get. I know there's been some controversy lately with the whole retro achievements thing, but I am huge into retro achievements, and I've got a crap load of GameCube games that I'm looking forward to playing for the first time in many years in order to play them for achievements again. So, yeah. All right. Well, with that, I think we'll go ahead and get into our regularly scheduled programming. So first thing we like to start off with is now playing. So just talking about what we've been playing lately. So Lois, what have you been playing lately?
Not a whole lot, actually. But someone gave me the idea to recreate the city of Roland from Trails in the Sky in Dragon Quest Builders 2. So that's basically all I've been playing lately, because that's going to take a while.
Okay. I remember last time you were on, had to have been a top 5. You were very much hyping this Dragon Quest Builders game up like a lot. So
it's so good. But yeah, once that idea got put into my head, I'm just like hyper focused on that right now.
There you go.
The only other game I played recently is a game called Necesse or something. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like necessary, but without the airy and an E at the end. And it's like
I think I've seen the name of this game somewhere.
Yeah, it's like it was a game that was out in early access for a while, I think, and it just came out of early access last month. It's a lot of people describe it as top-down Terraria. So it has similar gameplay like elements, but it's because it's top-down, the graphics kind of look like RimWorld.
Okay.
So that's the other game I've been playing, and it's like a very online co-op focus, so it's really hard playing it solo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. but it's super fun. There's tons of loot everywhere. So if you're a loot hog like me, then you might like it.
All right. So
I haven't beaten it yet though. I got distracted by that idea that got put into my head. So
it's like, go. Is that Dragon Quest Builder essentially like your version of Minecraft?
basically, yeah.
It's like, hey, go rebuild this whole city in this.
It's like
game.
Minecraft, but it doesn't look ugly. So
Nice.
There you go.
yeah.
All right, Carl, you find what you were looking for,
I did.
and it's mirrored.
Yeah, I got a transfer. Remember?
Okay. I did spell it right. I just wasn't finding it. But
There you go.
oh, there you go. Cubivore.
Wait a second.
Oh, it's an Atlas game.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is it Survival of the Fit? Ah, okay, it is here. I just scrolled over it because I didn't catch that part.
Now that I see the cover art, I believe there's a character like that's in Smash Bros as a trophy.
Yeah. This is one of those rare short printed Atlas games. It was originally made for the N64, and then they ported it over to the GameCube at its end of life. This game costs about like $520.
Whew.
Jeez.
It's like it's probably not a very good game either.
Oh no, it's super fun.
Oh, it is good. Okay.
Yeah, but
So-
the problem is I don't really like to play it too often because it's $500, and I get worried about these discs so much.
Want to keep it in working condition.
Yeah,
Understandable. Okay. Well, it doesn't. Based on the cover, it doesn't look like a very good game. But if it is, then awesome. So, Carl, what have you been playing lately?
well, I finished up Ninja Gaiden 4 this weekend, and really like that game a lot. But I only like it for the combat. The story-wise, it feels like they forgot they were making a Ninja Gaiden game. that's what it feels like.
Yeah. I kind of mentioned it last night on your channel because you messaged me the other day. Like, you got to fill me in on the story of the Ninja Gaiden games. Ninja Gaiden games' story has been very inconsequential.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Everyone's been telling me that lately.
There's a little bit of thing. There's a very small connecting tissue of the story between the different games, but yeah, those games are all about the gameplay and the combat, not the story. So
Yeah.
I can definitely fill you in on that
Once you beat it.
backstage if you want. At
Once
least
you beat
for
it.
the first 3 games. Yeah, once I beat 4, that'll help fill in the gaps for myself because I haven't played it in a couple weeks, but I am also working my way through Ninja Gaiden 4. I'll probably be streaming it again tomorrow.
Yeah, but overall, I really liked that game a lot. It felt very, very Devil May Cry like to me, which I really do enjoy. I liked the combos. I liked all the powers that Yakumo has. Some of the most beautiful scenery I've seen in a lot of games. I'm a sucker for a lot of the blues and the purples, and this game had a lot of the blues and the purples. And I was more impressed at how it never had any frame rate issues for me, because this game has like a lot going on, and I mean a lot sometimes on screen. I just remember like one boss fight like I had to block, dodge, dodge, block, dodge. Like, I'm not even exaggerating that one. It was just like I did all that, and I'm like, I don't know how I got through that, but I'm also more impressed that the game didn't like crash or lag or had any stutter. Like, really well optimized game. Kudos to Platinum Game for that one, because that was the part that impressed me the most. It's just the gameplay was so solid and smooth, and I understand a little bit of the story because I'm not fully ignorant of it, but I was like, some of the choices there, I was like, did they forget they had characters sometimes that they were working with here? Because one character was like in this game, and then something happens, and then I was like, was this character the same character? What was going on here? It just kind of disappeared, and they never talked about it. So that's what I mean. It feels like they forgot, like they were making a story sometimes with just how people just disappeared. But overall, this game was super fun. Highly recommend checking it out, especially if you're just looking for like that game just to have like a power fantasy and just kind of break up the monogamy of just playing other games. because I definitely needed that after playing games like Pokemon ZA and Age of Mythology as well, which I also beat this weekend too.
Okay.
So,
Age of Mythology is awesome.
Age of Mythology is great. I like the story. It has a very abrupt ending, the main campaign, and I just started the Rise of the Titans campaign. So I think that's also a very short campaign because I think I'm only 3 chapters into it, and it's already got 23% completion of the storyline of that one. But overall, I like it. I love these type of games. I think they're just has much more unique gameplay compared to like Age of Empires, which is more standard and straightforward. Like this one is each class and civilization does something interesting and unique, or like they get like favored different ways and stuff like that. But a game from my childhood. Really enjoying the Retold edition. I think they did a really good job, especially with the graphics. Everything looks beautiful on these games, and they're very fun for getting your Game Pass Ultimate points for every day as well. You only need to play 15 minutes on console and 15 minutes on PC to get your points, and this helps get through those times pretty quickly, especially because some missions are shorter than others. But yeah, besides that, those are the games I beat. I just recently started Ghost of Yote. That
Okay.
was the new game I just started. I will say that the opening, because I did replay the opening for Tsushima before I played this as well. Opening of Tsushima is so much better than Yote. It's kind of funny, to be honest with you. My initial thoughts, because I'm still way too early, so the best way I could say this, for anyone who's interested, Tsushima is more of a Kurosawa film, and Yote feels like an actual Western. Like, it gives me a lot of that vibes. It gives me more Red Dead Redemption than anything else.
Okay.
And that's really all I've been playing. You know, I've been playing a little bit of Golden Sun and stuff like that, but nothing like too major. It's more so like I've just been busy streaming and doing other stuff. The holidays are almost here, so you know how that is.
Yep. All right. Cool.
I love Golden Sun.
I do as well. It's been a while since I played it though, so I'm just like, what do I do again? I don't even know.
Yeah, you said Golden Sun. I'm like, oh, I think you caught Lois' ear on that one. I know he's a big fan of
Yeah.
that. So, for myself, I've like I said, I've made my way through Ninja Gaiden 4 as well, but I've been doing it all on stream, and I haven't done it in a couple weeks, so I plan to pick that up again tomorrow. But stuff that I have been playing regularly is I've been playing through Anthem because we're getting close to the deadline on that one. I have 4 achievements left, so I'm getting really close. So I should definitely be able to finish that up before it closes in January. On my Metroidvania Mondays, I've been making my way through Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. I finished the story of it last night. And then after stream, I went and wrapped up the last few collectibles. So on next week, I will be starting the DLC for that. And that game was phenomenal and highly recommend it if you like Metroidvanias. It is a fantastic game. Just say I just played through a cute little indie Game Pass short game called Herdling. And you heard these like yak type creatures, and it's really cute. It's a real short game, so I played through that today.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's a quick game, and I was looking to get another game that released this year in before the end of the year, and it's only a few hours, so I was like, yeah, let's do that one. So that was a cute game. I beat the story. I'm still missing one achievement. I have to go back because I missed one of the collectibles, so I have to go back and get that. And then on the older side of things, I've been making my way through The Ultimate Doom, which I'm playing it's a ROM hack for the Game Boy Advance version of Doom, because the Game Boy Advance version of Doom cuts out the 4th chapter or the 4th episode of the game. I believe the original version only has the first 3 episodes, and the Ultimate Doom hack adds the 4th act back in. So I've been making my way through that because I want to get through all the Doom games before the end of the year, because I want to get Doom Dark Ages in. So I finished the first 3 acts, and I just have to get through that 4th act. And I started the first level on the 4th act, and it's like throwing you into the deep end, because the thing that really sucks about it is every time you start a new act, you start over with nothing. It takes all the stuff you had away at the end of the last act, so you just start with the pistol, which is really annoying. So And I've just been playing it on the middle difficulty, Hurt Me Plenty, which is like the normal difficulty, and the first level of Act 3 and the first level of Act 4 are just like ridiculous. So I'm not looking forward to getting through this last act, but I'm gonna push through, and then I'll work. Then I'm gonna follow it up with Doom 2 the way id did it, which is also a ROM hack of Doom 2 from Game Boy Advance, because they also removed stuff out of that one. So the hack gives you a complete version of that game. So working my way through the Doom games. So, and then as usual, I'm playing bits and pieces of Mega Man Powered Up here and there, a little bit here and there, as well as Tony Hawk 3 and 4. So those games, Powered Up and Tony Hawk 3 and 4, basically been playing for a couple minutes every day or every other day since I started playing them, because there's a lot to do in both of those games. So that about covers everything that I've been playing lately. So, all right.
Mega Man.
Yep, Mega Man. So yeah, as I mentioned on your show last night, I'm really glad that you put that on my radar, because I didn't even know that game existed until not that long ago, and it's great. The best way to play the original Mega Man is Mega Man Powered Up.
Now we got to convert you to be a Mega Man Legends fan.
I will play it, and I'm looking forward to it. It's just I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I will play it absolutely.
One day we got to find you like a cheap PS3, like the super slim ones, and then you just get you all the Mega Man Legend games, because I know both of them are, like I always tell people, if you have a PS3 and you haven't played them, go get them now, because all three of those games, including the Misadventures of Tron Bonnie, you need to get those for like $25 versus $1,000 almost for the other them physically.
The main, well, I will definitely do that. The main reason why I want to get a PS3 is to play the classic God of War games. I never played them, and I've always wanted to.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, you know, you like the super slim models you can find for a relatively decent price if you look around, like maybe like $100 on a good day.
Nice.
And that's all you really need.
Yeah, once I have income again, I will be starting to do some physical collecting, and so stuff like that is on the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
So, I see dudes over on Rumble. What's up, dude? Says, now the real question: Mega Man Legends or Mega Man 64? I would say Legends, because Mega Man 64 is just Legends 1, I believe. I haven't played it, but I know that we never got a Mega Man 64 2 but PS2 got both Legends 1 and 2, because I think
PS1.
Oh, it was a PS1 game.
They're both all three of them are PS1 games.
Oh, I thought they were PS2 games. Okay.
Nope.
Thanks for that correction.
Yep.
But yeah, I believe that Mega Man 64 is only Mega Man Legends 1. I don't think it's Mega Man Legends 2, unless they combine the two into one game. But
No, I don't think
believe
so. No.
Will that mean Neo becomes a trophy hunter? I do have a couple trophies, because Ghost of Tsushima, you had to link it to a PlayStation account, so I had to create a PlayStation account just to be able to play it on Steam. And so I do have a couple of trophies just because of that. So, but yes, I will hunt trophies once I get some of those PlayStation games that have trophies in them. So, all right. Well, with that, we'll go ahead and get into our topics for tonight. I'm going to rearrange our order a little bit from the order I sent him in, just in case Ryan does make it, because I do the one that I had at the top of the agenda. I'll save that one towards the end, just in case he can make it, because I want him to be here for that one. So, but with rearranging that a little bit, actually works out well, because the question number 2 on our agenda, which is now becoming question number 1, the reason why I put it on here is because this question came from Lowest. So, you know, as is my usual for party chat, is whoever the guest is, I give them the opportunity to suggest a topic. Lois, I was like, hey, if you got a topic, go ahead and let me know. And he didn't send me anything. But on episode 39 of Top 5, which was not that long ago, I think that was 2 episodes of Top 5 ago, and that was Top 5 antagonists. That was the end of October, so that would have been like, a little over 2 weeks ago. And he mentioned something, and I was like, oh, I'm going to write that down for a party chat topic. So now that he's on party chat, I was like, oh, this will be perfect, since this topic came from him on an episode of Top 5. So that is, what is your favorite, or what is the best, up to you can pick and choose what, or pick both for video game over sequences. So I know I think we talked about this one on that episode because it was like the first thing that popped into my head. But I'm not going to say it right now, just in case, because I don't want to spoil it, because I want to give Lois, since this was his topic, I want to let him go first. So I'm not going to say anything else. So Lois, do you have a favorite video game over sequence?
Well, the one we brought up is one of my favorites. It's the Banjo-Kazooie one. Where
not the one I was going to mention, but that's why this topic came up on top 5 is because of that. So go ahead and tell us about it.
So if you decide to, well, actually, if you lose all your lives or you decide to save and quit, you get this game over sequence where you get to watch Gruntilda turning your little sister into a monster and turning herself into this beautiful green witch character. And it's pretty silly. So I love it. It's very charming and goofy and part of what makes that game so great. And unfortunately, they don't have a game over sequence for Banjo-Tooie, which I thought was a glaring omission, kind of.
That's kind of
Banjo-Tooie. It just says game over just pops up on the screen and it plays the music and that's it.
Oh.
Very unfortunate.
Them, but I do plan to play both the Xbox Live Arcade versions of Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie and the N64 versions for retro achievements. I've seen, because I did rent Banjo-Kazooie way back in the day, so I have seen that game over sequence myself. I've also seen it mentioned in videos and on YouTube and stuff as well. But that's a good one. I just saw it just again recently, and I wasn't even looking for it. It was just like popped up in a video I was watching. I was like, oh, that's the one Lois was talking about. Because Tootie is your sister, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she gets all large and have warts all over her face because she basically her and Gruntilda swap. So Gruntilda becomes pretty and Tootie becomes ugly. So, all right, yeah, Banjo-Kazooie, and dude popped in there as well. I think it was before you had even said it, but he said Banjo-Kazooie as well. So that's a good one, and that was what sparked the question when we were doing top 5 recently. So, what about you, Carl? You got a favorite?
I got one more.
Absolutely, go for it.
And I hinted at this one when we were talking about it on top 5, but there's one game over sequence that I think is like the pinnacle of game over sequences.
Okay.
And it's a very obvious answer, but that is this one.
Dang it! You stole mine.
Yep. This is the best game over sequence ever, in my opinion.
Yeah. So there's one that popped into my head immediately, which we still haven't mentioned yet, but we will. But as I was looking through like forum posts and stuff, just to jog my memory from lists, people online saying, "Hey, these are some great game over sequences," I completely forgot about this one. And as soon as someone mentioned it, I'm like, "Oh, that is absolutely my number one." So yes, my number one answer is Majora's Mask because that is a phenomenal game over sequence.
Absolutely.
So, the moon comes crashing down. Or as long as you haven't beaten all 4 dungeons, because if you've beaten some of the dungeons, the giants, I believe the giants will come out, but if you don't have all 4 of them, they won't be strong enough, and you'll still get a game over, and they'll still squish you, or the moon will squish you.
If you go onto the tower and call the giants, and they don't stop the moon from falling, you will actually see them fall over before the moon crashes.
That's right.
And a lot of people probably have never seen that. I actually never saw that until like fairly recently, like last year or something.
Okay. I remember doing that once as a kid just to like see what would happen without having all 4 giants, and so I have seen that happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, Majora's Mask. Good call. Yeah. Stole it out from under me, but that's okay. That's why I wanted you to go first.
The cool thing about this too is like throughout the final day, you can like, I have this footage here of just watching the moon slowly get closer until it hits. Because
this is your footage?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, if you look up at the moon, you can actually see it moving slightly.
Yep.
Even during like the daytime when it's not even very close. So like, I don't know. It's just super interesting.
Yeah, I remember
I love it.
when you go into the observatory and look in the telescope and look up at the moon. I noticed that the moon is actually moving very slowly. So it's not just idle; it's actually getting closer in real
Yeah.
time. It's not like it's just stuck in the air and then it like moves when you like don't look at it or go into a room or something. It's constantly moving. So nice little detail
Like back
for an
then,
N64
on the
game.
N64, that was like it was like mind blowing.
Yep. So good pick. Good pick. All right, Carl, you got a good game over sequence.
I got a few I'll say before we get to the one I sent you, but I want to say like Resident Evil 4, Tomb Raider.
I saw a lot of people mention Resident Evil games.
Those game over sequence, mostly the ones that like have you dying in horrible deaths, like Dead Space. I would say like there's a lot of great game over sequences to that. Mass Effect's very iconic with the whole doon 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 doon. It's like pretty cool with that one too.
Yep, I hadn't seen it in a while, but I heard that when you started humming that noise, I'm like, oh, yep, it brings it right back.
But stuff like those games where they have your character getting horrifically mangled, those are always like the best game over sequences. And like I said, the new Tomb Raider ones are especially very brutal. Like just seeing Lara Croft get murked in so many ways, like it's like wow, I didn't expect this to happen over here. To be honest with you,
I have those in my backlog, so I haven't actually played them yet, but I have heard that they are quite brutal in some of them.
yeah. But a lot of the horror movie games too. Until Dawn has a lot of really good death off, as I like to say. Not necessarily game over though, because it will be like just murdering one character and then you kind of continue moving on. But I consider those to be like pretty fun.
Okay.
And then one of my favorite angry video game nerd sketches is what I sent you in the private chat.
Oh, okay. I was like, you said you sent something. I'm like, I don't see anything. Private chat. I did not even look.
Yeah. So this was my favorite one only because the nerd really did a good job selling it. This was one of his first episodes, or early episodes, I should say. Back when I think he was just the Nintendo nerd.
All right, let me get this lined up here. All right. Let's see here. Chrome tab. Angry video game nerd. All right.
But still, this is one of my favorite ones from Friday the 13th.
Okay.
So, I'm dead.
You got the
So
audio,
once
right?
all 6
Yeah.
of your camp counselors are gone, the game's over. That's ingenious.
I saw this one get mentioned a lot because I remember seeing You and Your Friends Are Dead. A lot of people were quoting that on forums and Reddit and stuff.
Yeah, I just love how he sells this one. But I love this. This one's my
the
favorite.
best game over screen I ever saw. For real, I'm actually being dead serious. Dead fucking serious. That's brilliant, right? You and your friends are dead. Game over. It's priceless. Like, I can't believe it. Isn't that a mean thing to say to kids? Nobody ever dies in Nintendo. They're either defeated or they turn into an item and like float away. But here comes a game like Friday the 13th that just cuts the bullshit, shows some balls, comes flat out and says, you're fucking dead. And your friends too. Beautiful.
I love the look in
Well, after there's a
his
sequel,
eyes.
it would have to say something even worse. Like, I got it. I got a good idea what it should say. It should say, you're dead, your friends are dead, your family's dead, your fucking pets are being skinned alive, your mom's a fucking whore, you suck at life, the whole world hates you, you're going to hell, live with it. Game over.
I love it. I love it.
So,
Nice.
that's it.
That's like I said. It's one of my favorite like little skits from his early days. But yeah, I love that one even more just because of that little sketch there.
That was funny.
Yeah. But yeah, those would be my favorite game over screens of all time.
Okay. All right. So, any. So that was all the ones you wanted to mention.
Yep, those are the only ones that really come to mind of like good ones. A special shout out, I guess, to Catherine. That would be also one of my more favorite ones too.
I have since I haven't played it. I know you're a big fan of the game, but I haven't seen that game over sequence, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's see if I can find it real quick. But you can go on real quick.
So, All right. Well, I'm surprised that neither of you mentioned what I was thinking of, because it's the first thing that popped into my head. And before you brought up Majora's Mask, Lois, and you said the most iconic in your opinion, what I thought was going to be the Arkham games. That was the first thing that popped into my head when you mentioned this topic on top 5, because those Arkham ones where whenever you die, you get chastised by whatever villain you're currently going after, like Harley or Joker or Killer Croc or Two-Face or
I haven't played them, so.
Oh, okay. So yeah, anytime because throughout the games you're hunting down like specific villains in like almost like it's not like a chapter, but in like an area of kind of like certain areas of the game are kind of like, this is the turf of this boss, and so you're kind of hunting down that boss. And if you die in that area, then the boss of that area comes and basically kind of like spits in your face and mocks you and stuff. So the game over sequences in the Arkham games are really great, and that was the first thing that popped into my head when this topic got brought up. So, but if I had to choose a favorite, because as I mentioned, the Arkham games, I didn't like them at first. They had to grow on me. So I'm a fan of them now, but I wasn't originally. But I was always a fan of Majora's Mask. I don't like it as much as Ocarina of Time. That's still my favorite Zelda game. But Majora's Mask is a great game, and so that one is definitely my favorite game over scene. So
that's a good one. I also made me think of another one while we were talking about that.
Okay.
The Jurassic Park Telltale one.
I have not played that one because that was before I even knew about Telltale games. Because what put them on the map for me was the Walking Dead game, so I didn't even know they existed before that.
It has one of my favorite death scenes. That's a game over where it's the little girl runs away to go smoke a cigarette to hide from her dad, and a raptor is like in the closet basically, and she just like flicks the cigarette at it, just hoping it would go away. I laugh every time when I get to see that. It's one of my favorite ones.
The closet was the raptor was in the closet with like E.T. hiding in the closet.
I think it was like they were walking through like a sewer duct kind of deal. I can't remember the full details about the scene, but they were like, I think, trying to go through like an external pipe to kind of get out, through like an underground tunnel and stuff like that.
Okay.
And she goes into one of those like emergency doors, and then there's like, spooky dinosaur.
All right, so we got the Catherine game over here.
Yeah, there's a Catherine game over scene.
May you rest in peace, O Lamb.
But yeah, this is one of my more favorite ones.
All right, not bad. Let's see here. So with Catherine, because aren't those that's like failing those platforming sections, right? Which is all like in your dreams or something.
Yes.
So that in that game, if you fail that, what's the main character's name?
Vincent.
Vincent, that's right. So if you fail one of those platforming segments in your dreams, Vincent actually dies in real life?
Yeah, it's tied to the story.
Okay. So
the story is fucking wild. I say this all the time, but it's so bizarre and just like very over the top. Like I don't want to spoil it for people, even though it's been out for like ever. Like I just want people to play this game, no matter where they can. Like you have to experience this game to go like, what did I just play? That's really what I want people to do.
Yeah, my roommate back when this game came out, he was a big fan of this game as well. So
yeah.
All right. So yeah, the first thing that came into my mind was the Arkham games, but my favorite is Majora's Mask. But a couple others I want to give a little bit of a nod to is Donkey Kong Country 3. When you die, it's just like a still image of Dixie and Kitty in like a crib, and they're like behind the bars, like they're in jail. But one thing that was really cool is that the game over is like little like play blocks, like a kid would have with like the different letters on it. But one thing that was kind of cool about it is each of the letters of game over had a different like music note, and you could actually hit different buttons on the Super Nintendo controller, and they would bounce, and you could like I said, each one had a different note, and you could actually like play music with the little game over block. So that was a pretty cool thing. I thought that was interesting. I totally forgot about that.
I forgot about that too.
Right?
I have some more written down as well. I have the Donkey Kong Country trilogy just because I like the little artwork you get for each game when you get a game over.
Okay.
But I totally forgot about the music blocks thing. That definitely makes that one stick out.
Yeah, I totally forgot about it until I was doing a little bit of homework for this. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You can play the music blocks, which is I couldn't play anything because I'm not musically talented or anything, but just the fact that you could do that was pretty cool. So shout out to Donkey Kong Country 3. And then another one that I saw this one get mentioned a crap load of places while I was doing some, homework for this question. A game that I forgot existed, and I don't even know how many people actually had ever even heard of this game, but I saw it got mentioned. I'm like, wait a minute, I think I know what game that was. And I went and looked it up because I just saw its name mentioned in text. And then I went and looked it up. I'm like, I know this game. I didn't play it much, but I did play it. It was called Total Distortion. And it was this super weird, trippy, like point and click game with like these weird characters that look like they came out of the show Reboot from the 90s. Do you guys remember that show?
Yeah.
No.
It was like Beast Wars. It was like that 90s like CG animated. Reboot was like that as well. And these characters looked like they came just straight out of Reboot. It was this super weird, trippy point and click adventure. And I don't remember how I got a hold of it. I think someone like burned a copy and gave it to me, and I played it for, I don't know, like an hour one time. And I was like, this game is freaking weird. But super niche game that have either of you heard of Total Distortion? I'd be surprised if either of you had heard of it.
No,
Nope.
I don't think so off the top of my head.
Yeah, didn't think so. Super niche game, and I'd played it a little bit, not to its extent, but and I didn't remember this, but apparently I went and looked it up because it got mentioned a bunch of places, but the game over scene for this game is like they wrote an entire like 3-minute rock song for the game over screen. So every time that you get a game over, this rock song plays. So I saw that get mentioned a bunch of times, and I did actually play some of that game. So I wanted to give a shout out to Total Distortion. So, but yeah, so all right. I see a couple other faces in chat. Actually, hold on. So Dude says Mega Man on N64 is better than 3DS. I didn't even know that Mega Man Legends was on 3DS.
No, Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
Majora's Mask on N64 is better than 3DS. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. And I haven't played the 3DS version, but Dude has told me about the 3DS version and it's not good. Yes, the N64 version is much better. So, Dude says Dynasty Warriors has a great game over jingle. I'll DM it to you. Okay, so that I do see that he DM'd me something, so I will take a look at that. But we see Jason Christian in chat. I do remember seeing your name recently, so welcome back. Good to see you. So sorry.
What's up, Jason?
Is that one of your peeps?
Yep.
Lois? Okay. But says, sorry I meant to come earlier, but my internet cut off and made me mad. No worries. Glad to see you here. Thanks for joining. Says, I like the Luigi Mansion beta game over. It was the creepiest in all of gaming, in my opinion, in terms of game overs. Okay. I haven't played Luigi's Mansion, but
I don't know about the beta. I haven't actually looked into that.
Oh, so there was a game over screen on the beta for the game. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely have not seen that one.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not aware
in
of
fact,
that either.
Up for the actual released game, I don't even remember the game over sequence in that.
Game over.
I don't either because I haven't played it. But all right. So a couple shout outs for Luigi's Mansion, the beta version, and Dynasty Warriors. So all right.
So I do have a few more written down too. If you want me to
Go
over those
for it.
quickly.
Absolutely.
All right. So in Final Fantasy X, there's actually a unique game over sequence, kinda, where you're fighting this, without spoiling anything, you're fighting a giant enemy, and if he charges
A giant
up
enemy crab.
perhaps,
It's historically accurate battles.
yeah, if it charges up this attack and uses it, it just makes the screen fade to white and it says game over. Whereas everywhere else in the game, you only get a game over screen if your characters all die in battle. But it just fades to white and you just get an immediate game over instead. And it's just for this one fight.
Interesting. So it's like a one shot and it'll instantly game over you?
Yep.
Ooh, that's not cool.
It's actually not a difficult fight. You just have to lower its HP before it gets to that point, which isn't very hard if you've been playing the game fairly normally.
Okay.
In Sonic Adventure 2, during the final fight of the game against the Biolizard, if you let the time run out, the screen will get more and more red as it gets closer to Earth, and the characters will like start shouting and stuff at you to like hurry up and finish it. And once it hits 5 minutes, you get an instant game over. So that one's interesting too.
And what is it that? Sorry, what is it that's going on in that game that you're having to prevent?
Oh, you're trying to stop the Biolizard from making the space colony Ark from crashing into Earth.
Ah, okay.
And as it gets closer and closer, it starts to like burn up, and everything gets really red, and you know.
Okay. That was the Sonic Adventure 2?
Yeah.
All right.
In Nier Automata, there's like these little goofy alternate endings that you can get for the game, and a lot of them are effectively game overs because your character like dies during it, and then you have to reload to like a previous point. One of them in particular is you eat a mackerel and you die from that.
Oh,
very random and silly, but
that's right.
It's in there.
I remember here. I didn't do that myself, but I remember seeing that in I think it was a list video of like dumbest deaths in gaming, and it's like it warns you that you can't do this, but if you do it anyways, you end up dead.
Yep. There's also a missable one where you let one of the super bosses basically explode and destroy the entire planet, basically. But if you don't do that, you can't fight it again. So, Carl brought up Golden Sun earlier. There's actually a secret kind of game over sequence / alternate ending in that game. Do you know about that one, Carl?
No, I actually don't.
It's right after you go through Soul Sanctum, and you're talking with the priest in Vale, and he asks you to journey across the world to bring the elemental stars back. If you say no, you can actually walk out of the building, and then it will give you like an alternate ending game over, and it kicks you back to the title screen.
I think I know about this now that you say that, but
okay.
It's not drawn a mental image. You know what I mean?
Okay,
But
and then we brought up Donkey Kong Country earlier.
Yep.
I have Guitar Hero Rock Band on there because it's always fun to have the crowd boo you as you lose.
Okay.
Yeah. Comic Zone had like a special unique art sequence at the end if you get a game over. It's not super special, but I just like the artwork aspect of it.
Okay.
Morrowind has an interesting one because unlike Oblivion or Skyrim, you can actually you can kill basically any NPC in the game without the game stopping you from doing that.
Okay.
And if you kill a story important NPC, then it will say, this thing will pop up saying like the thread of prophecy has been severed. Reload a save or continue to persist in the doomed world you've created. And you can
great.
Instead of like giving you a game over, you can keep playing the game.
You just basically soft locked yourself though, right?
Yeah, you just can't beat it anymore. Well, there is one exception. There is one NPC you can kill that has nothing to do with the story, but other than that, if you kill one of those NPCs, you cannot beat the game unless you've already completed their quest.
Okay.
Which it might still pop up after that because it's Morrowind. There's a lot of messed up stuff about that game. So
all right, that's pretty cool.
That's what I have. That's all I have written down.
Yeah, Oblivion and Skyrim story critical characters are invincible, so they can't die. At least not until they're scripted to die. All right. Well, cool. Good stuff. I see my buddy Rozix in chat says Doom 2016 has an Easter egg game over death scene. If you fall into the molten lava on the foundry level, Doom guy gives a thumbs up as he sinks into the liquid metal,
I remember that.
directly referencing Terminator 2. I did not know that. Because it's like I said, I'm going to be playing through all the Doom games here real quickly. When I get to that level, I'm going to do that because I have not seen that before. I want to see that. So.
And yeah, Jason, we did talk about Banjo-Kazooie. That was the first one we brought up because we brought it up on top 5 last time.
Banjo-Kazooie was the impetus for this question. So,
Yep.
Good question there, Jason. So I said,
Yeah.
I have a question. Do we count game overs that can be diverse as in any different games over when you die a certain way? I would think so. You're just in like...
I think it's like with the Tomb Raider stuff in that.
Yeah, I guess that would count.
I think that's what he's implying. That's what I said earlier.
Yeah, well, that wasn't really the thought behind the topic, but I guess it would count. So,
it was more about like the
fun ones,
the game over sequence after you die.
Right. That was kind of the idea behind the question. But yeah, like there's some of the Tomb Raider deaths, so dying the QTEs and stuff are really funny. While we're on that topic, shout out to Nightmare because he's a huge fan of Spider-Man. There's a funny one in one of the Spider-Man games where you miss the QTE, he just face plants into the ground and then bomb explodes.
Yeah,
I know that one.
That's a big meme online.
So
classic.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's see here. So, next topic on the agenda is probably one of the hardest questions I've ever had on Party Chat, at least for myself. I had to rack my brain to come up with my answer for this one for a long time because this was a tough one. So, we've done a couple of similar questions before, like probably the most similar one was way back. We talked about if you could only play games that started with us, one letter in the alphabet, what letter would you pick? Then you could only play games from that letter. So that was similar, but I was like, oh, this would be a great, I don't know if anything like jogged my memory, but it just like popped in my head one day when I was thinking about like, well, it'd be some good ideas for Party Chat questions. And so if you could only play games from a certain ESRB rating, meaning like E for everyone, that also includes like some of the ratings have changed over the years because there used to be like a K8, kids to adults, because that's what like Star Fox 64 was. So all of that would be included in the E for everyone now, since those ratings don't exist anymore. T for teen, M for mature or adults only, but there's very few games in that category. I wouldn't even be able to name one. But if you can only play games from one ESRB rating, what ESRB rating would you pick? Because this was a tough one because there's so many good games in each one. It was tough for me to come up with my answer for this one. So
I just say
T rating.
I was going to say, Carl, why don't you kick us off with this one? What rating would you go with?
I just say M. Let's keep it simple.
Okay. What was the main reasoning for your answer?
I think most of the games I really like are usually just M for mature games. T for teen would probably be like the tweener answer because I don't really play too many E for everyone games anymore. No shade against that. It's just the more I play a lot of my games that I like, they're more war strategy type of games like that. So they usually get hit with like the violence rating and stuff like that. I like the power fantasies. I like the gore. A lot of JRPGs, like they get the M rating too because they have more mature themes and stuff like that. One of the game of the year contenders I like this year, Expedition 33. That's M for mature game. Ghost of Yote's mature rated game. It's just like I'm an adult. I like to play more adult themed stuff. And a lot more of the adult themed stuff can also be geared more towards that like teenage, like angsty, edgy, like over the top stuff. So like Space Marine and stuff like that, that brutal kills, Gears of War. The first Halo's at M for mature game. And then after that, they kind of lowered down a little bit too, which I find funny.
The first not rated M Halo was Halo 5. That one was rated teen.
Yeah. But like stuff like that is just a lot of those games I just enjoy a lot more. I like horror games, and horror games usually get the M rating too. And yeah, it's I could go and play like other games that are like T rated and stuff like that, because a lot of JRPGs and RPGs are teen rated as well. But I just feel like there's just enough M for mature games that if I had to redo everything all over again, like Grand Theft Auto, Skyrim, all these other games like Dino Crisis, Resident Evil, just way more games out there in my wheelhouse that I usually replay a lot in general, that I will just probably, if I had to just keep doing it over and over and over again, that's usually where it would be. It's just I go with all my classics and just redo them all over again, and probably wouldn't get bored.
All right, good stuff. Lois, I think I heard you say T for teen. Was that correct?
Yeah, I shouted out T rating because this one was actually super easy for me.
Okay. What makes you pick T for teen?
It's really simple. A lot of my like top 50 favorite games are T rating.
Oh, okay.
It's just how it worked out.
What would some of those be that you couldn't live to, if you picked a different rating and you couldn't play those games anymore? What would be those hardest ones that would hit you the hardest?
Oh, Morrowind is one of them.
Okay.
No, wait, Morrowind I believe was rated T. And I think Oblivion was the first M-rated Elder Scrolls.
So Oblivion, I was actually thinking about it because it was funny because I have Oblivion right here. It's rated teen, but they changed it because when I got it, there was an M sticker on it, and I peeled the M sticker off. So they released it as teen and then changed the rating after it released, and they had to put stickers on the boxes. So this is kind of like a weird like gray area. It's like, what is it? So
I could sneak that one in there too.
You could sneak it in there.
Nice.
Skyrim, I'm pretty sure is M though, absolutely. I got this. Yeah, Skyrim's rated M. So, but yeah, Oblivion was this like weird gray area.
Hold on, I'm pulling up my list real quick.
Okay.
I want to find out what both Nier games are rated M.
Okay, so that would be tough to not play those ones again if you went with teen.
Yeah, those would be the toughest ones. But like,
is it the original Nier and Nier Automata?
They're both, yeah.
Okay, or because I know that there was, well, no, because that wasn't a Nier game, but it was because Drakengard is the prequel, right?
Yeah.
And then there's Nier Automata, and then Nier Replicant, I think, is the next one.
Nier Replicant is the first one. It's a remake of the first one.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. So, good to know.
Yeah, I want to say every game in that series is rated M.
What game? Sorry, I had to get my water.
Oh, Nier and Drakengard.
Yeah.
They're all rated M. I don't know about Drakengard 2, though. I haven't played that one.
1 second, I got it in front of me. Give me a second. Drakengard.
So, while you're looking that up, let's see here. So, yeah, my buddy Roz says, "Oh, Spider-Man 3. I played that one, and it's hilarious. Yeah, with the face planting on the ground, the bomb exploding."
Yeah, they both are.
Both the Nier games are?
The Drakengard, yeah.
Drakengard games are, okay.
Okay, yep. So, yeah, that would be a tough one. But, like, I'm looking at my list now. The vast majority of, like, my favorite games are all T-rated, so...
Okay.
We got, like, the Xenoblade, Xenosaga, Black and White, Jet Force Gemini, Final Fantasy X. Super Smash Bros. Melee is actually rated T. Legend of Heroes Trails, the entire series is rated T, if I remember correctly. Twilight Princess was rated T when it first came out. I don't think it is. I think they got changed to the E10 plus rating.
Oh, did it?
Makes sense.
Yeah, my Twilight Princess is, and I believe both. Oh, yeah, Skyward Sword is rated E, but Twilight Princess is rated teen.
Yeah, there you go.
Because
I believe the Wii U version is rated E10, though. I think they got lowered, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Because
And like, I don't. When did the E10 plus rating come out?
that is a good question. But yeah,
I think the
Skyward Sword is
mid
E10.
2000s.
So
Yeah, Twilight Princess must have been like right around that, the cusp of that.
yeah, because the Zelda franchise, most of them are rated E, but yeah, Ocarina of Time and I believe Majora's Mask was also rated teen.
It's rated M for mature because people died.
So, because what I did,
Majora's Mask, they got away with the E rating for that
did
game.
they? Okay.
I wasn't being
Yeah.
serious, but I appreciate it.
Oh, that's right. I did have it written down. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask rated teen. Twilight Princess was, or sorry, rated E. Twilight Princess was rated T. So, yeah. Basically, what I did is I wrote down each of the ratings, and then I wrote down like all my favorite games from each one to see like which one has the most like points in it to help me determine what would be my pick for this question, because this was a tough one for me because there's so many good games in each of these ratings. But I'll go ahead and
Top
let you
5
continue.
games for each rating. There you go.
Ooh, that's actually a good idea.
There's also the entire Guitar Hero Rock Band series in T rating,
Yep.
and the first Hyrule Warriors game as well. The entire Disgaea series. Valkyrie Profile 2. There's so many. So many of my favorite games are rated T. So, yeah, this was a very easy one for me.
Okay. So
many of everyone's favorite games are going to be rated a certain rating, though. Let's just. It sounds stupid when we say it out loud, but it's just like it's true. We all go through our phases in life of, what games we like and what we're into. Like platformers, like Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper and all them too. They weren't like that crazily high ratings.
yeah. I do want to touch on a couple more things here before I give mine, but Jason said just out of nothing but iconicness, I'd say when talking about the game over scenes, the Dark Souls games and the music and the visuals in my head, very iconic. Not really anything special to that game over, but it has made its way into mainstream because of a lot of like memes and stuff. Same with the GTA death scene, Wasted. That's a popular one as well. In my head, and have given me nightmares from the difficulty of that game that made me see the screen a lot. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. So, Christian says, I have way too many M-rated games. The only teen games I have are Star Wars games, which there aren't enough good Star Wars games anymore. Yeah, and E is pretty much just racing games for him. Dude says they aimed Halo 5 to be rated T because they wanted it for esports. Okay, that makes sense. Although I've always thought that the Halo games should be rated teen anyways. There's barely anything in it that should be rated M anyways, but that's a topic for another discussion. It says Oblivion got the rating switch because the unclothed character models had nipples, even though you couldn't actually access them through gameplay. Interesting.
Oh, I remember that now.
Even though you couldn't, at least not unless you like modded it on PC, you wouldn't even be able to see that, because I was like, I played a crap load of Oblivion. I never saw any tits. But even though you couldn't see it, it was there, and so they changed the rating. That is really freaking dumb. So
ESRB has always been dumb.
yes. Oh, Carl, didn't you do an episode on ESRB?
I did.
Yep, I thought so.
I did with Insidious. People should go watch that episode. It's pretty cool. The woman who was like the first chairman of it is still the same chairman. That's the funny part about it.
I'll grab the link to that and put it in the stream description later on. Yeah, it was a good one. So
I've done a lot of really good ones about all this stuff.
Lots of good ones. So, and dude says same issue with San Andreas and the hot coffee minigame. Okay. So Jason, especially me trying to get those platinums for the PlayStation, that game over screen's stuck in my head and I can't get it out. Never will. Yep. Rozzy says for Neo, cue that obligatory joke from 2018 Predator movie. If your mom's badge was a video game, it'd be rated E for everyone. That was freaking hilarious. Yeah, that was in the trailer for the Predator.
Nice.
That oh my god, that was a good one.
Was Crackdown T or M?
That was rated M. All of them are.
I couldn't remember off the top of my head because it's not really that violent of a game. It's not like you're blowing up people and they're like shattering to a million bits, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It was rated M, but I could see it be. Yep, rated M. So I can see it be rated T as well.
My favorite joke from Grand Theft Auto is like rated R for retarded.
Nice.
That's great. So Christian says, or Christian says, how's Melee rated teen? I believe everything Smash Bros. Except for the first one was rated teen.
Tobacco.
No, the E10 plus rating wasn't out. That's the only reason why it's rated T.
Oh, okay. And you should do most iconic attacks in video games. Ooh.
Most iconic Italians in video games.
And dude says the flood alone makes it an M rating. Yeah, I guess I can see that. So, anyways, so for me, like I said, this was one of the hardest questions I've ever had to answer for top five, or not top five, for Party Chat. So I wrote down for like the E rating, you got basically all your Mega Man games, the Portal games, the Ori games, Subnautica, most of the Zelda games, and most of the Metroid games. So that was a lot of, some of those are my favorite franchises ever. So it's like, do I pick E? Then rated T, you got the Metroid Prime games and Metroid Dread, which are phenomenal. You got, some of the Smash Brothers games. You got the Arkham games. You got the Rock Band and Guitar Hero games. Another one that's very near and dear to my heart, but another fantastic Metroidvania, Shadow Complex. I love that game so much. Mirror's Edge, love that game. The best Star Wars games, Jedi Knight and Jedi Academy, rated teen, and Twilight Princess, my second favorite Zelda game behind Ocarina of Time. All fantastic games. I was like, man, maybe I got to go with rated teen. But then I get to the rated M games. You got Mass Effect, you got Halo, you got Just Cause, you got Doom, you got Ninja Gaiden, you got Oblivion and Skyrim, Orange Box, Crackdown. I was like, this is talk about a Sophie's Choice question. I don't know if I could pick because I love all these franchises so freaking much. But get into my head, if I had to pick, I would have to pick rated M as well, because Mass Effect is my favorite franchise of all time. I love the recent Doom, the modern Doom games. Crapload. Ninja Gaiden is one of the Ninja Gaiden Black and 2. 3 we don't talk about. I haven't beaten 4 yet, so I can't say. But I'm liking what I've played of Ninja Gaiden 4. But Ninja Gaiden is one of my favorite franchises ever. I love the Oblivion and Skyrim. Orange Box is one of the best early game collections. So I would have to pick rated M, but it would pain me to not have some of my favorite Metroidvanias to be able to never be able to play them again. It would be tough, but if I had to pick, I would go with rated M as well.
I lose all the Pokemon games, so it's all cool.
So, yeah, that is legitimately probably one of the hardest questions that I've ever had to answer for Party Chat, or top 5 for that matter.
It seemed pretty easy, to be honest.
It's tough because, like I said, there's so many games in E and T that are some of my favorite games of all time. But I would have
if you pick T or M, you lose a lot of Nintendo games.
Yeah,
you lose
more
basically
modern,
all of them almost.
Yeah,
almost all wiped out.
And since I haven't really been much of a Nintendo fan since basically like the GameCube days. More modern Nintendo stuff, I wouldn't care, but a lot of the old Nintendo stuff, it would be tough to lose. So, but yeah. So, let's see here. Jason says, "Bet Star Wars games you're forgetting Battlefront 4. We never even got a Battlefront 3, much less a Battlefront 4.
Unless he's counting the 2 new ones.
Unless he's talking about Battlefronts 1 and 2 from EA as Battlefronts 3 and 4.
Yeah,
those don't exist.
That's the only way. I agree. Those games were bad. Pretty, very pretty, but
Battlefront EA Battlefront 2 is the only Battlefront I've actually played more than like an hour, and I had a lot of fun with that game. So I'm not saying it's good, and I didn't play it till after the whole loot box controversy was taken out of the game. So after that is when I started playing it because of Rozik. We played a lot of the co-op, and I had a lot of fun with it. So it wasn't a bad game. But yeah, and he said, Rod says, rated M still nets you Arkham Knight, ironically. Oh, that's right. The first one's routine, but Arkham Knight was rated M, even though you lose the others. Yeah. So out of all of them, Arkham Knight's the one I want to replay the most because I've replayed the other ones quite a few times. But I've only played through Arkham Knight once, so I really need to play through Arkham Knight again.
So do I.
So, all right. Oh, Battlefront 2, my bad. For some reason, I said 4. Okay. Yeah, I never
Which
really
Battlefront
played.
2?
I'm assuming he's talking about the original Battlefront 2.
I know he said 4, so now I'm questioning.
Since I know how
2
that
plus
was
2 is 4. Quick bats.
Incredibly popular and a lot of people's favorite Star Wars game. I never played the classic original Xbox Battlefronts, so
How have you not?
I just never had
Just
anyone to
how?
play it with because that's not a game you like play solo. It's like a
That's
game
all
you play
I
with
do
your
is play it
friends.
solo. What are you talking about?
Well, that's
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
Galactic Conquest and everything. You play it by yourself. It's a good stress reliever for every now and then.
Yeah, especially Battlefront 2. The original Battlefront 2 is
Great
plenty of
story.
fun by itself. By yourself, I mean.
I always thought of it as like it's one of those games that it's fun to play with other people, but boring to play solo. So I
No.
just never really gave it a shot. Not that it's bad; it looks fun. I just never got around to playing it. I think I played it like once when a friend brought it over.
You should
We
do it,
played
man. They're
in
always
person.
on sale on backwards compatibility on Xbox. I'm surprised you haven't even done it.
I'm pretty sure I own it through like Games with Gold.
There you go. That's your homework. Then play that game. Report next couple
Battlefront.
weeks.
Oh wait, that's not what I want. I'm looking at the wrong one.
I
Let me
expect
go
an
to my
autistic
library.
review of the game too. By the way, full breakdown.
Yep, I do have Battlefronts 1 and 2 on Xbox through. I'm assuming it's through Games with Gold, but yeah, I do own them digitally.
Like I said, full autistic breakdown on my desk.
If I do get around to playing them, it definitely won't be till next year at the earliest. 'Cause I got too much stuff on my plate to get done before the end of the year.
That sounds like quitter talk.
So I know they would have been fun. It's just one of those things that kind of missed me. So and
Oh yeah, no, those are fun games to play, even if you have no person to play with. The only thing I will say is when they did the remasters and the ports, they did a great job with the multiplayer. They kept it true to form. So there's that.
Really, I heard that the multiplayer and the remastered port was really bad.
Yeah, so was the original.
Oh, okay, so that was the joke.
Yep.
I didn't know, so that went right over my head.
Yeah, it's very faithful.
Gotcha. Okay, now I track with you. So, Rod said modded OG Battlefront 2 is amazing. I would assume so, and you can play Battlefront by yourself with online. Are you still playing against other people, or are you playing against bots, or both?
Just bots.
I just play against bots.
Okay.
Like the online's always been garbage for Battlefront on the original systems.
All right. All right. Well, we will go ahead and move on to our next topic for tonight.
No.
Nope. All right. Well, then that's
Show's
it,
over.
everybody.
Good night, everybody.
You get the hook come out from the side and yank you off by your neck.
That'd be great.
So, all right. So this one I'm really curious for Carl, because this is definitely aimed more towards the physical collectors, and I've got a small physical collection, basically all my games from yesteryear. I don't really have any. I have very few modern games like within the last decade physically. Most of them are digital. But for anybody who does have a decent sized physical collection, I'd be very interested to hear your answer to this topic. So this next topic on the agenda tonight is massive, not trigger warning, but massive disclaimer. God forbid, hope this never, ever, ever happens to anyone, because this would just be devastating. But God forbid, your house is burning down and you have time to grab one game from your physical collection before you got to get out and save your life. What game are you grabbing? So, Carl, you were kind of the inspiration for this question because you have quite the library. So I'm very curious to hear what game you're saving if you can only save one.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
While you're thinking about that, dude says disgusting digital. Once I have money again, I am going to be building quite not to your or Carl's level of physical collecting, but I have quite a long and distinguished list of games I will be physically collecting once I have money and I can afford it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I would just say I'm going down with the ship anyway, or
It's like just take me with you.
I would hope the thing is I'd probably just pick Panzer Dragoon Saga. That would probably be the one I go with, because that for sure is a game I'm never rebuying ever again, because it's way too much money.
Given how you've talked about that game multiple times and how much you've spent on that game, that was kind of my inkling on what thinking that was going to be your answer.
Well, here's the reason why. It would probably be a Sega Saturn game overall, because I
Is Panzer Dragoon a Sega Saturn game?
Yes.
Okay, I did not know that. Good to know.
It's a rare game. A lot of these games are just very rare in general to find out in the wild. Even if you go to like a really good retro shop, like they don't always have like Sega Saturn games, especially complete in box or in good condition and everything else like that. So a lot of like my Sega Saturn games, like I don't have really any cheap ones. I think on average the cheapest one I have is like $70. And then it just keeps spiraling from there. I think the second most expensive game I own is like $250 or $300. I haven't checked on this last one for a while.
Not the Cubivore one that you just mentioned earlier?
Cubivore is different. That's GameCube. Like I can still find GameCube games out in the wild.
You're thinking of what would be hard to find again.
Let me just be clear about this. I have never seen Panzer Dragoon Saga in the wild. Never. And I've been to plenty of conventions, many retro stores, and everything else like that. I have never seen a physical copy of this with my own eyes at a vending booth in the wild. Either they're bought like almost instantly, or they never leave people's collections. You have to basically go online to find them, which that's where I went to find mine. And I got mine for a really good price. And I say good in quotes because it still was fucking expensive. Okay.
Yeah. So not only because you spent as much as you did on it, but because it's a very difficult game to find.
Yeah, like I found, like all my other Sega Saturn games, I found at least once in the wild, and because that's where I bought most of them was in the wild. But I have never seen in my area, and I live in the Chicagoland area, so I don't live in the boonies, you know. And I've been to plenty of game conventions. We actually have like a really big one by us called the Midwest Gaming Classic, which is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin every summer. And like I said, I've never seen a physical copy of this game in the wild. And if I did, it would probably be like a G, you know, like in the wild.
Okay.
So like I've seen other rare games in the wild, like Little Samson. I've actually seen a copy of Little Samson with my own eyes, and that's an incredibly expensive rare game as well. But like I said, I've just never seen Panzer Dragoon Saga. It's one of the very few games I actually have like in a little box as well, just so I can have it a little extra protected.
Okay.
So that's probably what I would go with is that one.
All right, good answer. Do you happen to know how many copies of that game there are in existence?
I couldn't tell you. It was on the Saturn, so it was a JRPG, so it was already short printed, and God only knows how many got destroyed from, you know, just lack of self-care and awareness. I'll show you a picture of it, actually. I don't think many people have actually seen this game.
Okay.
So I'll grab that in a second. But I got to put my headphones down. If you want to go to lowest right now, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So lowest, well, actually, dudes, because I know he's got quite a collection. He says if he can only grab one game, he's grabbing his Yoshi's Story International version. That sounds pretty rare. So interesting. I know he's a big fan of Yoshi's Story as well. So, Yoshi's Story. I was thinking of Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Story was the N64 game. All right. Well, cool. Lois, what about you? If you could only grab one game from your collection, what game are you grabbing?
Well, the pretty easy answer is to just pick the one that's worth the most money, right? I have
Most likely.
I have the Nier Automata Black Box Edition.
Addiction? Oh.
Addiction, yeah.
He's got
Freudian
that too.
slip there. Freudian slip. I'm kidding. What is that one? I actually don't know. What's the big deal about that one? Was that like a limited collector's edition or something?
Yes. It's just that. It has like an art book and some extra stuff in it.
Was it sold like exclusively through like the Square Enix store or something?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why it's super rare and super expensive now. I actually have two of them. One of them is open, one of them is not.
Oh.
But the one that's not open, I think, is damaged on the inside because like the art book is loose. So like that means the cardboard thing that holds everything together is broken on the inside. But it still has the seal on it, so that means it's just like broken transit or something like that.
When did this come out? Do you know?
Oh, with the game's launch in 2017.
2017. Okay, so it's not too terribly old. It's just
Nope.
very limited.
Very limited and very expensive. According to price charting, if
I was just going to ask, according to price charting, what how much does it go for?
$600 to $850.
Whew.
Yeah,
And
that's
what
very
platform
good.
is it for?
PlayStation 4.
PS4.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
just on PS4 physically.
Yeah.
Comes with a nice
So-
little statue too.
The one that's open, according to this, is worth like $600. The one that's sealed is up to $850, but probably isn't worth that much because it's damaged.
Okay.
So yeah, it'd be one of those.
Nice. Okay. So Jason says, well, if that's the case, I'm just grabbing my PC first because of Steam. Then any Switch or PS5 games, that's where I'm going with. Well, that's the thing is like, I wouldn't pick my PC because I can always restore those on any other device. So it's not like my PC. I need my PC in order to get those games. So that's why it's like, your physical games, if your house burns down, you're actually losing those. If my computer burns down, I can still restore those on any other PC. So that's why
exactly.
I would pick a PC. If I had to grab one thing out of my house, though, it would be my NAS, my network attached storage. That'd be the one thing I would grab if I had to.
We just got a raid
We got a raid?
from Smooth the DJ. Yep.
Oh, it's funny. I thought because I was talking about a NAS, and I thought you're talking about a RAID because I have it set up in RAID 5 so that I can lose any one drive without losing any of my data on there. But no, we're talking about a YouTube raid from.
No, it's
Smooth the
a
DJ.
raid. It's a raid from the FBI actually.
So yeah, Restream doesn't tell me that. So thank you for letting me know that, Lois. I appreciate that. So what's up, Smoo? I hope you're doing well. Good buddy, old pal. Oh, Phoenix Santos. I haven't seen you in a while either. Good to see you as well. So I appreciate the raid. That's awesome. Hope you guys are all doing well and enjoy our discussion right now. We are talking about if, God forbid, your house was to burn down, what's the one game you would grab on your way out and save it from being destroyed? So for me, it would be my favorite Super Nintendo game of all time right there, Mega Man X3. I didn't even know until probably earlier this year, and it was probably because of Carl, because he keeps these things in mind because he's such a big physical collector.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that it was like very valuable. If you had asked me earlier this year, it probably would have been my my collector's edition of Skyward Sword because it's got the gold Wiimote, which is right up there, and it's got the soundtrack as well. There's the soundtrack disc right there, and then there's the actual game disc. Because this is not too terribly expensive, but it's somewhat limited. So I thought that was the most valuable thing in my collection. But Carl's like, no, dude, Mega Man X3 was a pretty short printed game. And so it's right there in my Super Nintendo. I bought it maybe like, because it came out, I believe it came out in 95. I probably bought it in like 2006 or 2007. So it was already, 10 plus years old. And I bought it secondhand at GameStop for $40, even 10 years later. So I was like, this is crazy that it's, this old and it's still $40. And since then, it's gone up quite a bit. Carl's like, yeah, that game is worth like $400 or $500. I'm like, holy crap, I had no idea. That might be complete in box. I don't. If you have it pulled up, you want to let us know what its value is. But
your Mega Man 3, you said?
Mega Man X3.
Mega Man
Super
X3.
Nintendo.
Yeah. Let me check.
I remember you telling me somewhere around like the 500, and I was like blown away that I had no idea it was worth that much.
I think it depends on like the version that we're talking about here. Like Mega Man X3, like complete in box for the Super Nintendo, you said is selling for $1,756.
Holy shnikes! Complete in box over $1,000. Wow. What is it? What does it say for loose?
281.
281. Okay, so still that's pricey and quite a return on investment. So I got shout out to Paul K. I have no idea who that is, but I got Paul K's Mega Man X3 from GameStop back in like the mid 2000s. And so not only would I say this because it is probably the most valuable game in my collection, it is my all-time favorite Super Nintendo game of all time as well. I freaking love this game so much.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that would be the one game I would grab. If I had to grab only one item, it would be my network attached storage though, because I've got way too much stuff on there that I don't want to have to rebuild from scratch. So, all right. So we got Carl's pick there, the Panzer Dragoon Saga on Sega Saturn. So, what is the price charting say for this game between loose and complete in box at this point in time?
Yeah, I haven't checked it in a while. Complete in box is 1,095.
Wow.
Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah, I paid 800 for this.
Whew.
So yeah, and it's a sequel game to the other two Panzer Dragoon games as well. And I think this game was like made in like 6 months. Some people died making this game too.
Wait,
ironically.
what?
Yeah, like some people like I actually died, I think, on making this game too. But it's got all the fun stuff in it. Obviously, a little manual and everything else back when manuals were like a thing.
Yep, Miss Manuals. Those were great.
And this was like 4 discs of chaos here.
Wow. And how is this game? Is it a good game?
Oh, it's super fun.
Okay. That's always good because
Yeah.
sometimes these like super niche games, like they're expensive but they suck. So glad to hear that it's also a good game.
It's like a post-apocalyptic kind of game too, as well. But it's just so damn expensive. That's just the problem. You know?
Why is this one so much more expensive than the other two?
This is
Is
an
it just-
actual JRPG, so it has like the JRPG text attached to it, and it's kind of
makes
like
sense.
a hybrid. It's like a rail shooter / turn-based RPG. So that's kind of also why, and it's a Sega Saturn game. It's got all the taxes and multipliers on it. You know what I mean? It's short printed JRPG, part of a popular Sega franchise in Panzer Dragoon, on one of their biggest flops out there to Sega Saturn. You know, it's like a perfect storm of like, oh, you're about to get railed, you know, for the price, right?
So
Yeah, I got a lot of expensive games that are like weirdly expensive. One of them is like the Futurama game for the PS2 and the original Xbox.
really.
Yeah, that one's like a $200 to $300 game, complete in box. I got another one that I actually streamed a little bit. I think you saw it at least once, but it's called Blood Will Tell, and that's actually a licensed game based off an anime of a different name. But I can't remember the Japanese name off the top of my head.
Okay.
But it's like an obscure action RPG where you got to basically kill like these giant bosses, and the main character gets parts of his body back. So like he was basically when he was a kid, the plot of the anime is like his father sold him out to demons, and the demons took everything from him. So like his eyes, his skin, his nervous system, and everything else like that. And then like basically he's like slowly getting all that stuff back by killing these random demons.
I don't know if it's the same one or not, but I've seen clips of a game that sounds like it matches that description.
Yeah, I think it might be. It was a PS2 game.
So, all right.
Yeah, like I said, it's the like I could go through like all the like crazy expensive games or weird games, but like I said, this is the weirdest one, and not the weirdest one. This is the hardest one that I think I would have a actual issue trying to replace.
Okay. That's a good reason. So, all right. Catching up here on chat. Dude says I just picked up Saturn version of Resident Evil over the weekend. All right. And Jason says, funny enough, on the topic of rare games, while technically not the game that's rare, during the Mortal Kombat 11, when it came out, there was a decently rare chance to get a golden DVD. It's not actual gold, but it's colored gold. So it's kind of like the golden wrapper from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But they came in many different colors, but gold was the rarest. It wasn't like once in a lifetime. It's just somewhat rare. Oh, I did not know that. That's cool. Good to know. So Phoenix Santos is here. What's up? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, but good to see you again. Jason says, my PC is 500 and you can run games. And slight note, the $ comes before the number, not after. Another pet peeve of mine when people put the $ after the number. Phoenix says, get down. I'm here to confiscate your PCs. So, and Phoenix says, mine would be my CPU because all my games and drives in Steam. So, I think you came in right after I was saying this because I was saying like I wouldn't save my PC because I could get another PC and restore all
Yeah,
my
you just
Steam games
re-download everything.
and just re-download anything. I'm not actually I'm losing the hardware, but I'm not losing the software. I could just re-download it, so I wouldn't save my PC. I'm saving something that would be much more difficult to replace, and that'd be any sort of physical game. Because anything digital, all my Xbox digital games, I just sign back in with my gamer tag on another Xbox, and I have access to all my games. So I wouldn't save, my Xbox or anything. So would want to save something physical that's either hard to find or hard to replace or pricey, like what Carl was talking about. So
I feel like for me, because Lois brought this up too, it's like a game is hard, but I feel like a collector's edition is a lot harder too for me to also want to save. One of them I know that would be kind of impossible for me to find again for a decent price is the Plague's Tale Requiem.
Okay.
Collector's edition.
Oh, the collector's edition. Okay.
Yeah. I just double checked on eBay. I only found one for sale right now, and it's $925.
Holy shnikes!
And,
what came in that collector's edition?
From double checking, because I've showed it off before. There's a statue of Misia and Hugo, because I have shown that off a few times. It was a special alternate art cover for the game too. That was only exclusive to that one, which I think is cool.
Okay.
A record, some artwork, and
like a actual vinyl you could play on a record player.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
And it was some lithographs, so like basically the photo artwork and everything else like that. And I think it was like a pin, from what I'm looking at here, because I have it put away. Because I basically only took out the statue and my my physical copy of the game, but I never opened my physical copy because it was on Game Pass, so I just played it on there. Like I got a photo of that too. I can grab that real quick so people can see that.
Okay. But
I think.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think for me, if I were to save like a piece of PC hardware, it would be my external drive, but not because of the games, but because of all like the video editing stuff I have on it.
Yeah.
For like my channel.
Same for me. I've got lots of, I don't actually have any games on my NAS. I just got lots of other stuff that would be a pain to replace. So,
but if we're talking non-collector's editions, the one that I have that's the most expensive is Xenosaga 3, which is $200.
And what is that for?
PlayStation 2.
PS2 game? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So due to saying that the Yoshi Story International version is going for over $1,200. Dear Lord. That's nuts. So, okay. I don't think I've seen that that cover of Plague Tale before. Did we lose? Maybe you went to go get something else.
Nah, I muted my mic so you didn't hear me scrounging around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was exclusive to the collector's edition.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that one. I still haven't played it, but it is high on the to-do list. Because I really like the first one, but I haven't played that one yet.
It's so much better than the first one.
I know. You said it's like in your top games of all time, right?
It's getting close. I got to replay it one more time. But it is by far one of the best new IP, and probably like the sequel is way better than the original. Like it's not even close. Like the first
one's a good game too.
The first game was good. This one's amazing.
All right.
Like absolutely amazing. Especially, I always tell people this: if you loved Uncharted 2, it is the closest game to feel like Uncharted 2, and it's I think way better of a game than Uncharted 2.
Cool.
The ending will like fuck you up. No, I'm not gonna lie. It will. You're gonna be like in awe at the insanity that this game brings, and I can't wait for the spin-off, because I don't think it's a sequel. I think it's a spin-off.
Yeah, it is.
But the ending leaves such a good bait for a third game, and if they follow through on it, I wonder what they're gonna do. I love this game. People need to play it. Just go play Plague Tale Requiem. Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna replay Innocence first, and then I'm gonna play Requiem immediately after. So that'll probably come early next year.
I'm thinking about doing it soon because the holidays are coming up, and I got the PS5 versions of them now, especially because they had a really cool dual pack recently that went on sale for like $20 with a really cool steelbook and both games physically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, so Phoenix Santos has something funny to say. Says, my PC has been with me for close to a decade. She and I have been through a lot together. It's like abandoning a beloved pet. So that makes sense. You're going to save your PC because you and your PC have been through a lot. It's like a, an old car that you've had forever. It's like I can't part with it. I can see that. So, and Jason says, my dumbass was thinking of the monitor. That is a big monitor. Sorry, my actual PC is my father. Confirmed that my Cyber Power PC is $1,000. My cousin has a $3,000 Omen PC. Very nice. So, and Phoenix says, heard a lot of good things about Plague Tale, just not my type of game. So, yeah, I really like the first one. I'm looking forward to playing the second one. Just haven't gotten to it yet. So, but every time Carl talks about it, makes you want to like even bumps it even farther up the list of games I want to get to soon.
Like I said, I play a lot of games and genuinely I enjoy a lot of games, but it's not like that often that video games come along and just like wow me, like
Right.
It's not that like I would say like I'm unimpressed by a lot of video games. On the contrary, I find a lot of them to be just good, fun, or get the job done a lot of the times. But like the most recent game that like really wowed me, I always say, is like Hellblade and then Plague's Tale Requiem are like the two newest games out there that just like floored me. Where it's like whoa,
Yeah, I always kind of put those two in the same category, Plague Tale and Hellblade, because those are both where I've played the first one. I haven't played the second one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. But I'm going to play through the first one again before I play the second one, because they were both smaller budget, smaller studios. And they were really good games, and they're also relatively short as well.
Not Requiem, but the other three are relatively short.
So, yeah. So, all right. Well, I was hoping to push this next topic off so that Ryan could be here. But
we can push it off until he gets back one day. We can just come up with something new if you want.
Yeah, I guess we can do that. So it was a veteran-related question because this episode was supposed to be last week on Veterans Day, so it was a veteran-related question. Ryan is a vet, so I wanted him to be on it. So we'll save that one for a future one when Ryan is joining us. And that actually kind of worked out well because we spent a little bit of time in the beginning talking about GameCube kind of off the cuff.
Yeah.
So that wasn't on the agenda. So that'll kind of be our fill-in topic for that one for tonight. So, all right. Well, with that, we will go into our last topic for tonight. And as usual, we'll be talking about our favorite game from a certain year. And the year we're talking about tonight is, I think it was 2013. Where are my notes? Yes, 2013. So over the last few episodes, I've been doing a slightly different format for this question in particular. So I want us to go around and each give us our number one favorite game from 2013. And then after we each give our number one favorite, then we'll just talk about other games that we really enjoyed from 2013. So, Lois, what was your favorite game from 2013?
I had to pick just one.
If you had to pick one favorite one from 2013, what would it be?
Because I have a bunch of these written down.
So, yeah, we'll definitely go over them. But if you had to pick just one, which would it be?
Probably Disgaea D2 or Brighter Darkness.
And I know that's one of those JRPGs I know nothing about, but you're a big fan of. What was that on? Was that like a
PS3?
Okay, I was gonna say, given the time frame, I'm assuming it's probably a PS3 game.
Yeah, this one is a direct sequel to the first one, even though Disgaea 2 is also kind of a direct sequel to the first one. It's strange. But this one brings back the cast of the original game, and I love the cast of the original game so much, which is why I liked this one a lot. They also so if you don't know what Disgaea is, it's a strategy RPG series. You create a ton of custom characters, and you have a bunch of main characters that you don't customize as much, but you can customize them quite a bit. And that's basically what the main appeal of the game is, customizing your characters and grinding a ton and leveling your characters up to 9,999, reincarnating to level 1 and doing it all over again.
Okay.
And the process of doing that gets faster each time you do it, basically. So it's not as much of a grind as it sounds. And one of the reasons why I liked this one so much is because they add stuff in like each sequel. They add a bunch of new gameplay features and stuff. This one is actually my favorite in the series, not just because they bring back the main cast, but they also streamlined a lot of the parts that are really annoying to grind. So getting your characters up to the way that you want them to is way less tedious than it is in the other games. So that's one of the main reasons I like that one so much.
All right. That was Disgaea 3?
Disgaea D2.
D2, okay.
Yeah.
So.
Disgaea 3 is something completely different. That also released on PS3.
Okay. Yeah,
but I do like that
nothing about this franchise, so other than I've heard the name of it. So, hey, I see Jeff, Sons and Shadows in chat saying, "Hail, what's up, Jeff? Good to see you this evening, buddy. Hope you're doing well." So, Carl, what is your favorite game from 2013?
Fire Emblem Awakening.
Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yes, Fire Emblem Awakening, hands down. I was looking at the list of 2023. There's a couple games.
2023 or 2013?
Sorry, I meant 2013.
Okay,
I had a Freudian slip. You know me, I get tired and I'm just stumbling and bumbling and rumbling. But yeah, one of my favorite 3DS games.
That was my next question. Is what was this on? So it was a 3DS game.
Yeah, I love it. I still fight the urge to go back and play it. I just need to kind of get an SD card and download a bunch of my stuff now that the eShop is down. Because my 3DS is my main one is kind of a little broken, and I need to have someone like fix the D-pad a little bit. But generally speaking, that is my favorite game overall from that year. And then I got like a couple that, this year didn't really, impress me overall for the games I was looking at. But Awakening is for sure my go-to, and then like I got two others.
Okay,
it's very short for me.
So for me, I don't have that many to mention from 2013, but easily my number one favorite is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. That game was freaking phenomenal, and I really need to play that game again.
Like the good old days after 9/11.
My sources, I made it to F-Op. Great game, awesome combat. It's a platinum game, and that game is, in my opinion, the best Metal Gear game, but it's also the only Metal Gear game I've played. But that's because I love hack and slash games. So that game was freaking awesome. So that one is by far and away my favorite game from 2013. I got a couple others to mention, but we'll go ahead and kind of go back around the other way. So, Carl, what are some of those other games from 2013 that you were a fan of?
So this one is like kind of controversial with a lot of fans of the series, but I played it relatively after all the like hate for it died down, and I absolutely love it. It's the Ninja Theory DMC game.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is, but that game is just very fun, very topical, very early 2010s. I just love it. It's very funny to me. Like the dialogue, like just kind of fits a little bit more for like they got it right, but I understand why people hate it. It's really fun. The combat's amazing, and it really showed off of what Ninja Theory could do. But it definitely was not for everyone. I totally understand why it wasn't for everyone.
I heard it pissed a lot of people off, but if you can look past the kind of spitting in the face of DMC fans, the gameplay itself is really good, from what I hear.
That's what I always hear too.
I mean, even still, it does feel like they like try to reboot the series, and overall, I still think it's fine. It's a fine game. Like it doesn't. I don't necessarily think it spits in the face of DMC fans. It just feels like what you do when you try to make a reboot. And generally speaking, I think it was still a good game. But I understand if you were like a real hardcore fanboy and you don't like change, I totally get what you're saying. And then just a couple more quick shout outs to that. Pokemon X and Y, even though I look back on them differently now after replaying them. Generally speaking, I actually did enjoy that game quite a lot.
I need to replay that one.
Like I said, I have my gripes with it, just because of how over the top easy they made that game. And this year, if I recall correctly from what I'm looking at here, we gotta give a shout out to Rise: Son of Rome.
Oh, was that 2013?
That's what it says
It
right
was
here.
a launch. That would make sense. It was a launch title for the Xbox One, and I think the Xbox One came out in November of 2013. I haven't played it yet, but it is on my to-do list. I've heard great things about it.
Yeah.
2013. Yep.
I loved it. I played it much later. It is a gorgeous game. I do like the kind of alternate history and Roman stuff like that too, as a person who is a history major. So a lot of that stuff for sure just like always made me happy, and I liked it. Like I said, it just gives you like that action movie feel. I wish we could get a sequel. We're never gonna get it, but hey, look, gotta give Rise: Son of Rome its props because I love it.
I was very interested in it because when it first got announced, it was going to be a Kinect only game, and I was like, "Oh, this could be awesome." And then they pivoted away from that, so I'm very curious what that Kinect only Rise: Son of Rome game would have been. It probably wouldn't have been great, but I was very intrigued by the potential of it. But I've heard nothing but good things of the actual game that we got, so I've got that in the backlog to get to at some point.
But yeah, that's it for me. 2013, not exactly the best year in gaming for me. Like, this is when I was starting to play more TCG.
Okay.
So I was on the road a lot with people, and I was playing more Yu-Gi-Oh! And then eventually Pokemon, which was when I got sponsored and was doing more of that stuff.
Okay. I see Rinsler in chat saying, "What's up, party people? Good to see you, Rinsler. It's been a little while, but good to see you back in chat. Hope you're doing good tonight." And Lois, what are some other games from 2013 that you were a big fan of?
Well, going back to Disgaea D2 a little bit, you might appreciate this, Neo, but that was the game I got my first platinum trophy of.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
I don't have any platinum trophies, but if they had platinums on Xbox, I would have a lot of them.
Yeah, the funny thing about that too, you can get the platinum trophy without 100%ing the game. It's very weird.
Can you explain that a little? Because like the platinum means you did everything in the game. So
Right?
how does that work?
In every Disgaea game, there's a super boss. It's usually the Demon Lord Bale, and he's like a level 9,999, and he has extremely inflated stats, and he usually kills you in one hit, no matter what you do, and you have to like perfect the right setup with your characters in order to beat him. Beating him is not in the achievement set.
Oh, okay. So
It's very
you do
weird.
have to get all of the achievements essentially to get the platinum, but you don't have to do everything in the game to get all of the achievements.
Basically, yeah. But
Okay.
like, it's weird though. I think for that game in particular, it might be because Bale was added after launch,
Oh, that would make
but
sense.
I could be wrong about that.
Okay.
But yeah,
Shout out to your first platinum.
I know, right? 2013. The other game that I was debating on putting as my favorite is GTA 5.
Okay.
I love it. I love it because
I wouldn't
I
think
just
that you would be a big GTA fan.
I love San Andreas and GTA 5 a lot. I didn't really get into the rest of the series very much, but I think it's because they make fun of California. That's why I like it so much. But not just that. San Andreas and 5 are probably the two funniest games in the series from what I've seen. If you want just like a off the wall chaos simulator, they're also like the two best games to go to for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what I love to do in those games. I just love creating chaos, and creating chaos in GTA 5 was just so damn funny.
Yeah.
Okay. That I saw someone in chat. I had to go find it. It was Jason Christian said in 2013. I have to say GTA 5. Like, come on, brah. I don't give a crap about GTA, so it's not even in my mentions because I don't care about GTA franchise at
Yeah,
all.
he lives GTA every day in real life. That's why he doesn't like the game.
I am in California.
True.
Because he has stolen back a lot of his money. That's what he's trying to tell you.
But yeah, I know it's the second most highest selling game of all time behind Minecraft. So, not surprising that it would be up there. I wouldn't take you for a GTA fan. But
I
all
wouldn't
right.
call myself a fan.
Just
I just like
those
those
two
two games in
games.
particular. Yeah.
fair enough. Fair
Two
enough.
games more than most people, so there you go. You are a fan. You are
Yeah.
officially a fan.
All right, I guess so.
Accept it. Embrace it.
I have Pokemon X on my list as well.
Yeah.
I remember really loving it at the time, but like looking back on it, I was like, wow, that game was really easy. And it's like, not only that, if you followed what came out in like the Pokemon leaks, was that from last year, I think?
This year.
Or was it earlier this year?
It was like a couple months ago, actually.
Yeah, there was a ton of content that was actually cut from that game.
Yeah.
So there's
I've talked about that. Sorry, I cut you off.
yeah, learning about that made me just like, man, there's so much potential, like especially for the story of that game, there was so much potential there, and it just kind of falls flat and it's just kind of mid.
I liked the
final
ZA
game.
story a lot, though.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah, ZA is cozy. Like I've been having like conversations with people about it. I'm like, these games are just cozy games now. Like ZA and Arceus. I just thought these were like very fun, kind of like explore the world of Pokemon and just have fun, not like go along with that same formula of like we got to battle everyone and everything. But there's
Right.
something about like, because like I said, I just played X and Y, and like X and Y is like ridiculously easy. And I've said this many times, but like you don't even have to build your team. Like they just give you your team if you really work it out, because they give you like 5 free Pokemon, and then the 6th one is like whatever you're feeling,
Yeah.
But like ZA is like a actually very decent sequel. Like there's a lot of carryover from the story elements of that. You run into a bunch of characters that are aged. They talk about past events, and overall it's a nice kind of cozy game. I enjoy walking around the city, seeing how people interact with like their Pokemon companions and stuff like that. One of the side missions I really did enjoy was there was this Chespin, and like it doesn't want to die. It's like the Chespin that refuses to quit, and you have to battle it like 7 times, and it's like, all right, calm down, finally, It's, like I said, they're just very cozy and very kind of fun games, and especially because ZA, they have like the active battle system versus like a turn-based one. I think it does help kind of change it up a little bit. I mean, the memes for it are great too. Like if you go online where it's like your Pokemon do attack, it's just like scenes from like the scene from Spider-Man when Aunt May was praying and the Green Goblin blows out her door and stuff like that. Like there's some good memes to it, and I completed the Pokedex for it too, which I thought was I don't really do that all the time, and I have more fun doing it in these games because I don't know, something about just like going around and stalking these Pokemon and just like dodging and dipping and diving everywhere. It's just
Dodge, dive, duck, and dodge.
yeah, duck, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge. It's like it's stuff like that where it makes these games feel more cozy to play and just kind of like sit there and take in the atmosphere. And I that's why I like these Legends games a lot more than just kind of like the mainline ones now, because of that very reason.
All right.
Yeah, I might play it eventually. I don't have a Switch 2 yet. I don't want to play it on the Switch 1.
It doesn't have performance issues though on the Switch 1 from what I'm hearing.
Oh, really?
My friend IJP Mexican, he played it on the Switch 1 and he was like it ran very solidly, but like the Switch 2 version is, definitely better.
I think I'd still rather play it on Switch 2.
I would recommend
wait till
if you
then.
want to play it on 60 FPS, then yes.
So,
And I will say this too. Playing on a Switch 2, I didn't have any performance issues, like at all. There was no random slowdowns or dip in frames that I noticed and stuff like that. Ran smooth.
Good.
all right.
I have some more still.
I was just gonna say, you got any more there, Lois, that you wanted to shout
I got a
out.
lot. I actually got a lot more. We'll go through these a little quickly though.
Okay.
Rune Factory 4 on the 3DS. I think that's all for the 3DS that I have for 2013. Which, never mind. I'll save that for top 5 3DS games. Zelda Wind Waker HD and Zelda A Link Between Worlds both came out in 2013.
Okay. I've never played Link Between Worlds, but I've heard it's really great, and it's like one of those like forgotten games. It's trapped on the 3DS.
Yeah, I guess I have 3 3DS games on here. So then Mario 3D World on the Wii U.
I saw someone. Oh, Jason Christian mentioned that in chat. It says Super Mario 3D World.
Yep, that game was really fun. Pandora's Tower got its Western version in 2013.
Game I
which was
still want to play.
Yeah, it's a rare Wii game.
I own it, but I love the idea of this game so much, but I just haven't sat down to play it.
You know, I should have brought that up actually. In Pandora's Tower is a good one for the game over sequences.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
What are you
I won't say anything about it if you're going to play it. So, Pikmin 3 also came out in 2013. So I believe 2013 is when I got my Wii U. So that lines up. I got Wind Waker HD and Pikmin 3 both.
And only one of those is needed to complete the total desecration of that Switch. The Wii.
Yeah. Tales of Xillia 2013. DuckTales Remastered. Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams. East Memories of Salsetta, though I didn't play this version. I played the remaster on PS4. The Tomb Raider 2013 game was pretty good. And SteamWorld Dig, which I didn't play it on the 3DS. I played it on PC.
I have that in my backlog of games to play, but I haven't played it yet. Both Dig 1 and 2.
I think you would like it a lot.
Yep. I've liked what I've seen from it, and I'm looking forward to playing it. I just don't know when I'm going to get around to it. But I didn't realize that came out that long ago. So, all right.
But yeah, like someone said earlier, 2013 wasn't a super strong year, but there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, as I said, my favorite game from 2013 was Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, but a couple others that I did enjoy from that year was Splinter Cell Blacklist. The last time we got a Splinter Cell game, it's been 12 freaking years. Give us another Splinter Cell already. Ubisoft, what are you doing? You're putting Sam Fisher in literally everything but his own franchise. But I'll get off my soapbox about that.
I just bought a Splinter Cell game, actually.
Which one?
One of the 360 ones, because it's on sale right now on Xbox for like $5.
Okay. So the ones that were on 360, the first one on 360
Blacklist?
was... Okay, so Double Agent was the first one, then the second one was Blacklist, and then
Yeah,
the
I think
last
I bought
one
that
was...
one.
Sorry, the second one was Conviction, and Blacklist was the most recent one.
Yeah, Blacklist is the one I got. Is that good?
Okay. The gameplay is good. The biggest disappointment about that game is Michael Ironside does not voice Sam Fisher in that one because he's had a lot of health issues. He has like multiple types of cancer. So they had someone else voice Sam Fisher because they wanted the same person who did all the mocap for the Sam Fisher in the game to also be the voice. What there's no reason they couldn't have one person do the voice and one person do the mocap, but for some reason they're like, we want to have the same person do both, so they needed a younger person. So it's not Michael Ironside doing Sam Fisher. That's really the biggest issue with the game, is that it's not Michael Ironside, but the game itself is good.
Yeah, I was more shocked that it was Yang Ye,
What about Yang Ye?
who was the voice of Sam Fisher.
Oh. No, it's not Yang Ye. I don't know. I don't remember the actor's name, but I do know who he is because he played Whitney in Smallville. That was like Lana's boyfriend. He was like the star quarterback of the high school team. So I don't know his name, but that's the guy who voiced Sam Fisher in Blacklist. So, and then another. So yeah, Splinter Cell Blacklist. That was a good game. The often regarded as the worst of the Arkham games came out. Arkham Origins. I still think it's a great game, and I really enjoyed it. But a lot of people don't like it because it wasn't by Rocksteady. It was done by WB Montreal, I think.
That boy!
What was that? Yelling at the dog?
Yeah, he was tearing up something. Sorry, I thought I muted my mic.
Arkham Origins gets a lot of hate, but I think it's still a good game, and definitely worth playing. And then I did see that Jason Christian also mentioned this one. And as far as memory for me goes, I think also Assassin's Creed Black Flag came out, and that was one of your favorites. Yes, Assassin's Creed Black Flag came out in 2013 as well, and that is most people's favorite Assassin's Creed. It was a lot of fun. So I had a lot of fun with Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So those are some of my favorites from 2013. So catching up here on chat. Jason L says, "Don't make Chow cringe. He hates Fire Emblem, but I have no idea why."
I held back.
Dude said, Disgaea Hour of Darkness recently got an achievement set on Retro Achievements. If you're interested in that. He also said that the DMC reboot got a lot of hate. Got a lot of its hate quelled when the DMC5 when DMC5 got released. Okay. Phoenix says that DMC had fun combat, but it said CMD, but I think it was autocorrect. But as a DMC game, yeah, I can see why people don't like it. And also said, Pokemon has lost me since Sun and Moon. It's only fan games for me now. Curious, did you play Pokemon Clover? Since that's been in a lot of news recently. I haven't played any Pokemon games. The only Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Pinball. I don't like turn-based combat. But that one was pretty fun.
Sun and Moon was actually where I kind of stopped viewing the series favorably.
Okay.
I thought those games were really boring.
Sun and Moon, were those GBA or DS?
No, they were 3DS.
Yeah.
3DS.
It was after X and Y.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know these things. So, and Jay says, "Oh wait, there's also Plants vs Zombies 2 that came out in 2013. That PvZ 2 came out that long ago? Wow. I never played 2. I only played the first one. Let's see here. And this might be a hot take, but I'm not a big fan of Last of Us. I haven't played it, so I can't say. But I know
That's not a hot take.
Yeah. People love the first one.
They do.
I would say
really
loving the second one would probably be more of a hot take.
I've played the first one.
I wouldn't say loving either of them is a hot take because it did resonate with a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, I just think that I was not really a super huge, like I didn't see the come to Jesus moment like some people did with the first game. I was like, this is a good game, but I don't look at it as like it just revealed the mysteries of life to me, like some people do. And then the second one, I can't finish that game. That story is terrible.
I do plan to play the first one at some point, eventually, someday.
Yeah, the first one's good enough. Like it's got its moments, but then it's just like number 2 is just like it's a really great game. I just wish I didn't have to deal with that story because it's just too boring.
Oh, you know what? That actually just gave me an idea for another party chat topic. Best game with the worst story. Carl, party chat 47. So that will be a future party chat topic. So no spoilers.
Several come to mind already.
So that'll be a fun topic in the future. But Jay says his favorite thing to do in GTA 5 is grab a truck and block the tunnel where the train goes. And Nerd Takes says he's also a big fan of GTA. Phoenix says Pokemon is nothing but wasted potential, if you say so. And Jason, all the Pokemon games feel the same. The last insanely good game of Pokemon I played that was different was Pokemon Legends Arceus. That definitely looks like it's a bit different than the rest of them. Phoenix says, I don't like the new Pokemon combat system. It's tedious and button mashy turns the player into a liability too. I'd rather control the Pokemon rather than spaz out the trainer.
Yeah, you don't really have to move, though. It all depends on what kind of fight you're in.
Okay. Phoenix says, Clover? No. And next Pokemon game is set in Southeast Asia, so expect Sun and Moon 2.0. All right.
That doesn't make really that much sense, to be honest with you.
I don't know, because I don't know anything about much about Pokemon, but
I don't know what that really response is to, unless you're like saying like all island Asians are the same, then I guess maybe.
Especially with the difference in technology now too, it's going to be way different.
If what the leaks are saying, then yeah, it's going to be massively different.
Yeah,
and they're not going to even bother with the first Switch. They said for that one, it's going to be purely exclusive to the next gen hardware.
So
probably for the best.
No, without a doubt, for the best.
Does Pokemon actually? I thought Pokemon takes place in like a made-up world that doesn't
It's
not
different
actually on
regions.
Earth. So is it
But they're
actually like on
inspired.
Earth, though?
They're inspired by regions. So like X and Y is
Yeah.
inspired by France. Black and White is by New York City.
Oh, okay.
Like all that area. Obviously, the first generations are based off of regions in Japan.
Okay.
I
I did not know that.
Yeah. So they're all inspired by real life areas. Like Galar is England, and like Scarlet and Violet is Spain.
So, all right. Well, good to know. So, and then dude says, do they love it enough to buy it on 3 consecutive consoles? Talking about Last of Us. Yeah, because they've remastered it so
Oh
many
my
freaking
God.
times.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix says, not really a hot take, especially with the second one. Oh, also about Last of Us. And dude says, be aware, Neo, Last of Us 1 on PS3 has multiple trophies and no servers. Yeah, I don't plan to play it on
PC.
PlayStation. I'm planning on playing it on PC because I don't think it has achievements for multiplayer.
No,
So.
it'd just be on PC at that point.
And Jay says you should try doing favorite voices in video games. That is a topic I do have on the agenda for an episode of Party Chat at some point. So, yeah. So, any last anything having to do with the year 2013 in gaming? Last shout outs.
I got nothing more to say other than all the Pokemon regions Neo are inspired by real life place.
Cool.
Alola is based
Also-
off of Hawaii, just for your information. The Sun and Moon era.
Okay.
2013 was the year Xbox died.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that. They're still trying to recover from that.
Mm-hmm.
They're never going to recover from that.
No.
Well, the game industry is changing.
So, all right. Well, with that, that will be it for tonight. So, last thing here before we say bid adieu is we'll go around here and let everyone say what they got going on. So, Lois, thanks for joining us for the first. Been on top 5 plenty of times, but thanks for joining us for Party Chat for the first time. Good to chat with you as always. So, what do you got going on?
Well, my new work schedule has been kicking my ass, so I haven't been on a lot lately. I do stream on the weekends now, usually overnight, like the Sunday morning and Monday morning. I streamed starting at 4:30 a.m., going to like 11 a.m. or noon. So that's what I've been doing lately. I've been streaming Dragon Quest Builders 2, trying to build the town of Virulent from Trails in the Sky. Other than that, not a whole lot. I'll believe I'll be on Carl's channel tomorrow, if that's still on.
Yes, it is.
Alrighty. Anything else?
So, the link to everyone's channel is in the stream description, but I'm dropping the links in chat as well. So if you aren't subbed to Lois, go give him a sub, and he does. Assuming that he's going to continue it, because he's kind of revamped how he does his RNG videos. But he does some great RNG videos where he covers a lot of gaming news from each month. Those are great. So go check those out.
I don't do gaming news anymore.
You just do the game releases now. Is that right?
Yep. My RNG series is now called Random New Games rather than Random News of Gaming.
That's right.
So yeah, basically
either way, he does a great job.
I do
so go
now,
check those out.
What I do now is I look at all the games that came out in the past month, and then I create a top 10 of what I think look the best, and whichever one I pick for number 1, I'll stream that game.
Okay.
So aside from that, I also I kept the worst take of the month. I brought that back.
Oh, I saw something the other day I wanted to send to you because I read this. I'm like, and that's the worst take of the month. I forgot to send it to you because I was like, this is bad.
If you can find it, send it to me. I'll take it.
I don't even remember what it was or who said it or even what platform I saw it on, but I just thought of it and then I didn't get around to sending it to you.
Was it from this month?
Yeah, it was probably about 2 weeks ago.
Because I do still need one for this month. I haven't seen a whole lot lately.
Going forward, I'll try to be better if I see something really bad. I'll try to do it right away rather than be like, oh, I'll do it later and then forget.
That's all I see is bad takes online.
I do that video once a month. Like, yeah, every month.
But yeah, he does great stuff, so go give him a follow. And thank you for joining us for Party Chat.
Yeah, it was fun. Too bad Ryan couldn't make it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got stuff going on IRL, so I'm never sure if he's actually going to make it or not. So it's kind of a shot in the dark.
I'm
But
still here.
that's
All
okay.
that matters.
So, Carl, what do you got going on?
Let me see. Tomorrow, as Lois said, we will be doing an episode of Legacy Loading, and we'll be covering Yuji Naka, famed creator of Sonic, that is mostly known for, but other famous Sega properties so out there, and most notably for Balan Wonderland. So that's the more recent one, plus other things. So stop on by tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, and we're going to watch a documentary about it and have a fun conversation learning about his career and talking about his, post-career stuff as well, too, because he's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble. Then this Friday, we'll be back for another weekly video of gaming recap and everything. Got some new stories lined up for that as well. Topics, video games, pickups, so on and so forth. Kind of the rigmarole. Not really too many trailers are coming out recently, so it probably will be very trailer-less, this one, because it's getting towards that time where the season is kind of winding down for new releases. And so we'll get ready for that. And then, of course,
I can always send you some trailers of or are you only doing like new trailers of upcoming games or games that came out recently?
it's more so like upcoming games that I think are
Okay,
interesting.
never mind then.
You know, I kind of peruse because I follow all the major sites on YouTube. So like every day they'll release like an interview, a dev diary, or something like that, and I'll try to gather ones that I think should be shown off. Like we did a deep dive of Mouse PI recently, Cream and me, and that was a really really cool thing.
Nice.
I highly recommend people check out some of these old ones if you want to just learn about like what's coming out in gaming, what kind of news stories like we're talking about. I usually find some good ones. And like I said, if you just want to get like an idea of like what physical games I'm adding to my collection, I show that off for like my weekly pickups. Whoever is on, I try to have like a guest on to talk about the news and stuff like that, go over, react, just stuff like that. I don't try to like make it a crazy over the top like show. It's just more so like, let's talk about some of the more interesting news stories and stuff like that. Let you know what video games are coming out this week, where to buy them, so on and so forth like that. Give everyone a general recap because there's so much news that goes on in a day. Everything kind of gets shuffled around and lost in the void. So I try to do that at least once a week just so people know. And that hopefully will be coming up really soon with consistent hosts after Thanksgiving, so that's what I'm looking forward to the most. And Saturday, we are doing a celebration of the 20th anniversary of the Xbox 360. So I have in my log over here the original G4 launch night of the Xbox 360. So if you want to stop by and relive that launch night, looking at the old G4 host, video game reviews, everything else like that. Plus, we're going to have a lot of guests. A lot of people have committed to showing up. Not everyone's going to stay for the whole time. I'm anticipating this to be a very long show of just rotating people coming in and out as they please. So if you want to stop by, 7 p.m. Central is going to be the start time for that one. And I think we're going to go for quite a long time because I think right now I have like 5 people saying that they will stop by right now, which more might come soon.
All right. So, yep, link to Carl's channel is also in chat. So, good give him a sub because he does lots of good content. All video game, well, not all video game related, but kind of like me, almost all video game.
Basically,
related.
it's all video game related now. I've started to refocus on everything.
Okay.
Just double check on everything: unboxing videos, retrospectives. Just general conversations. We did a show last night, Neo and our friend Mr. Tyler from the Gaming Shelf, going over the Game Award nominees and stuff like that, which was a fun show to be had for sure.
So, yeah, if you want another great gaming content creator follow, go give Carl a sub as well. So, I saw someone mentioned one other game from 2013. BioShock Infinite came out in 2013. I've only played the first one, so I haven't played 2 or 3, but I will be playing them at some point because someone did convince me to pick up the remastered collection. So I'll be playing those at some point eventually. So, and dude says to look for terrible takes, just go look at the response to the Game Award nominees. So that's probably a bad. Worst take of the month gold mine right there would be my guess. So
I have not been paying attention to that at all this year.
I feel like it's just like with every year. There's always hyperbolic takes of like, this is the best game. This game got snubbed and everything else like that. You know, there's always going to be that because it's social media. So everyone will find the one person to kick.
Yeah, since I don't cover gaming news anymore, I just can't be bothered. I just don't care. Game Awards, like they're not legitimate anyway. They're all paid off or whatever. I don't care.
Yep.
It's not like they're just paid off. It's just it doesn't really matter too much to us. It's like we
It's a
watch
circle jerk popularity contest.
That's all they
it
all
is.
are. But
Yep.
at the end of the day, it's just like, look, it's nice for the devs. It's just like the Oscars, but unlike the Oscars, I'm here to watch the game trailers, so that's really all I tune in. It's like the reverse of the Super Bowl. I'm here to watch the commercials.
That's the only thing I ever cared about on the Super Bowl was the commercials.
Exactly. It's like I don't care who wins because, you know, as I always say to people, it's like this stuff is just nice for the people who work on the games. It's their night. For us, it's your game of the year is what you enjoyed the most. And that's all that matters. Like my game wasn't nominated. Split Fiction did not get the nod. And at the end of the day, it's like that doesn't really destroy my love of the Split Fiction because it didn't get like one of the 6 spots of this award show. Oh no, you know.
Oh yeah, of the 4 games that I've played that came out this year, none of them are going to be in there. I don't even have to look to find out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like I said, the game of the year that only matters for you is what you want, and then at the end of the day, it's like, hey, whatever wins, hey, congratulations, you've earned the recognition of the industry, and you should take some pride in that. You know.
See, what you can do though is you can subscribe to my channel, and then I'll make a top whatever games of the year that I played. That's better than the Game Awards, right?
Yep.
I mean, we all do like a recap show now. I will be doing that as well. I've already been talking with people about that too.
Yeah, of the games that I did play that came out this year, most of them did not get mentioned anywhere. So, yep. So, yeah, Phoenix says it's affirmation, ego stroking, cringe nowadays. Exactly. And, you know, with the Jeff Keighley's Game Awards, the actual gamers are, you know, their votes only count for like 10%. So it's like, what's the point?
Well, then I would say go watch the Golden Joysticks then too, if that's what you think. And then most of the time you'll see pretty much the same games get awarded by fans will also get awarded in the actual Game Awards or the Dice Awards and stuff like that.
So the joystick is like actually by the players, not the industry?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. So, and dude says the only game I played this year was Doom Dark Ages. It wasn't nominated for Game of the Year. It was in Action Game of the Year.
Action Adventure Game of the Year or Action Adventure Role Playing Game of the Year.
So, and Expedition says GOAT for me was Expedition 33, and close is Time Stranger. I've never even heard of that. So, and Jason, if you want to look at bad takes, also just go to any Smash local where you have that one guy saying Aegis is bottom tier. I have no idea what that's referring
That's
to.
That's Pyra Mithra.
Oh,
Smash Ultimate.
Okay. What is Aegis?
That's what Pyra and Mithra are called
Oh,
in Xenoblade 2.
in Xenoblade. I haven't played them, so I did not know that. Like, I know what Pyramithra is, but I don't know what Aegis
Yeah,
is.
I would have went with Pyra and Mithra or something.
But I like those characters in Smash Ultimate. So, but anyways,
I hate them.
As for myself, I'll probably be doing some more Ninja Gaiden tomorrow. We'll see about that. But absolutely, definitively, Dude and I will be doing our next episode of Achievement Chasers tomorrow night. Talk about our achievement hunting over the course of October. So that'll be it for me. One last thing I do want to give a shout out is, as Carl mentioned, he was on I was on Carl's channel last night, as well as Tyler from GameShelf. So I just want to give that a shout out because I've been deep diving into GameShelf and it is great. So I want to give it a shout out. So if you want a great place to go and catalog your gaming library, you can go and log all your games and what platforms you own them on and what your progress is in them, whether you've mastered them or where, played, shelved, abandoned. This website is freaking fantastic. And he's been great because he's got a Discord where you can suggest idea. If you have an idea, you'd be like, hey, what'd be really handy is this, or hey, I'm running into this bug. I run into a bunch of bugs and I post them on the Discord and they're like fixed like a couple hours later. So GameShelf is awesome and I fully endorse it. It is amazing. So I just want to give a shout out to GameShelf and Tyler because he's doing great work over there. So if you want a great place, I dropped the link in the chat. It is also in the stream description, but go check out GameShelf. I want to help him get it out there in the more mainstream so more people know about it because it is fantastic. So
yeah, good guy. Great guy.
And yeah, he's a really awesome guy. I'm working on something in the background. We had a meeting today and he allowed me to pick his brain to get some input on how he got GameShelf off the ground so that I can use that to help get what I'm working on off the ground. So he's a great dude as well. So go check out GameShelf. It's awesome and it's fantastic. So shout out. I told him I'm going to try to start pushing this a little more because of just how great it is. So, but yeah, so that'll be it for tonight's episode of Party Chat. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us for episode 47. When I scheduled this, somehow I missed some numbers and I went, I was scheduling it as I went and looked at the previous one of my notes and I had it written as 49. I'm like, oh, we're on episode 50. But then I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't add up because I went to my playlist and the last one was like 47 or something. Somehow I skipped a couple and went from like 46 to 49. I think I like flipped the 9 and the 6. So, but anyways, this is 47. We're getting to episode 50 soon. But thanks for hanging out with us for another episode of Party Chat. You guys are all great. Love having you in chat and giving me your answers to our topics, as we're talking about them on Party Chat as well. So, again, thank you, Lois, for joining us. Carl, as always, thank you for being a great host. And everyone in chat, have a good night. We will see you all later. And as always, in the meantime, game on.